baby, pop the top and let it spread. As we're listening to Pastor Grave, we're going fishing for your bitch today. We're drunk in Houston, baby. And we go ahead and lick and we'll get rich today. Rich, bitch.
Gravy, gang! What is going on, everybody? It's Pass the Gravy, episode 552 with your pals Alex, Pat, and Robert the Hog Jokes. And the Chiefs are still world champions. Not a lot has changed since last week. They won the Super Bowl again. Breaking news days later.
I never minded the Patriots because all my family's from New England. Is this what it felt like to everybody else? Like, I'm so sick of the fucking Chiefs now. I'm sick of them winning.
You guys
I guess. We did watch.
Robert?
Did you not watch it all?
I didn't realize you guys were going to watch it.
You didn't watch it all?
I didn't watch 1 second of it.
Not even the commercials?
Not even the commercials.
What about Usher?
Nope.
Watch this.
What did you do?
I just watched a movie.
What
Jesus
movie?
Christ, Robert.
I watched the first Tom Holland Spider-Man movie.
Great movie, but
Not as good as the Super Bowl. Super Bowl with the overtime.
You call yourself a Swiftie? You didn't even watch?
Well, he's not a Swiftie at all.
You're a poser.
It felt good.
Yeah.
It felt good not to
Did
watch.
it?
Yeah. I had no idea what time the game started. Sam asked me at one point, like, what time the game. We were calling it the big game the entire time. We had no reason to call it the big game, but we were just calling it the big game between us. It's like, oh, what time does the big game start? I'm like, I don't know. I think like 3:30. And then a couple hours later, I checked. I'm like, oh no, the game actually starts at 5:30. No idea. I really thought it started at 5:30 or 3:30.
I'm upset that you didn't watch it. I don't think you watched it last year either, though, or the year before. But
I'm not upset. I'm not
makes
surprised.
me
It's Robert.
frustrated that you didn't just tune into it a little bit.
If it doesn't say Astros, Robert's not watching.
I respect that.
Which, by the way, T-minus 43 days and some change until
Pitchers
opening
and
day.
catchers report tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. But
What do you think pitchers and catchers do when they show up? I get there's just pitching and catching going on, but it's just it's got to be weird just being two positions just hanging out. That's the only sport where you really have a situation like that. It'd be funny if it was just wide receivers and quarterbacks only go to training camp now. But just 6 days early. Everybody else show up next week.
Because they can work independently.
No, it makes sense. I understand the logic behind it, but it's got to be a weird couple of days. Just it's just us, huh? What's going on, dude? How you doing? Yeah, fucking. What do you think Tuve's up to? That fuck.
They have slurs for the rest of the team. They're like, good thing we don't have any of those swing jockeys here.
Do you think when Monday, when the rest of the squad reports, Verlander's just look who it is? Who let this guy in, huh? Who let this guy in? And Bregman's like, you son of a bitch, got me again.
We got all you bat grabbers here now. I thought it was perfect beforehand. All the slurs just revolve around
they're
them
muggles,
having
but
bats.
Batters. Fucking batters over there. Look at them. I guess catchers would be batters too.
Yeah, but they work with the pitchers. So they're the friend that hears the slur and just is well, that's just how they are. They're really a good guy if you get to know them.
DHs should get to report 2 weeks late. If you just exclusively DH, it's show up later, dude. You're good. Usually it's a vet already. It's already somebody that's a vet.
I think
they're kind of usually on the tail end, but it's just hang out a little bit and then show up when you feel like it, dude.
I think they should have to show up at the same time, but they get to show up later in the day. Everyone else is getting there at 10 a.m., but David Ortiz is just strolling in at 1:30. He's I brought my fungal.
Yeah.
I think one of the spring trainings that Zach Greinke was with the Astros. He showed up 2 weeks late. He's like, I'm not going to be there. He was quoted as saying, I'm not going to be there. I don't need to be there for 2 weeks.
Yeah. But you can only get away with that if you're Zach Greinke. Like it's understood. Everyone's like, well,
dudes, yeah.
he like once he's there, he's a professional. He's great at his job. He's an amazing pitcher. He's a weird fucking guy, and every once in a while, you have to have weird rules for weird guys. That's just how it works. You can't treat everyone the same. Jimmy Johnson said it back in like the '90s when they're like, "Do you treat different players differently?" And he was like, "Fuck yeah, I do." Because guess what?
Yeah.
Emmitt Smith's a little bit more important to us than the goddamn backup punt returner.
Very true. Very true.
Special players get special treatment. It is how it is.
It's just gotta be a weird couple days. Like, do you think they hang out with other like other teams' catchers too? Is it like a catchers alliance? And then they're just like, oh, we're gonna hang out with a couple. We're gonna go hang out with the Mets catchers. Port St. Lucie's not that far from us. I guess you guys want to go. Y'all can go hang out with the pitchers or some shit. I don't know. Whatever the fuck you guys are doing, you pitchers.
They're just at the local bar, and some catcher's sitting down on the end with his head in his hands, drinking. Another catcher walks up to him. What's wrong? He's like, I don't know. Fucking Grinky's actually spitting on the ball. It's fucking gross. I don't know what to do with this guy.
I'd love to think that there was just like a power dynamic. This position, like a position power dynamic.
This guy keeps scratching his ass and he grabs the ball. There's poo in the laces. I can't fucking deal with it.
Not again this season. All right. His catcher last year called me and told me it was out all season long. He was getting pink eye, bouts of pink eye throughout the year. Can't do it.
I mean,
I can't do it.
There's stories where Greg Maddux just used to go up to people and start pissing on them in the showers.
Yeah.
So like, I bet that's going on. Maybe they're like planning it out. Like, listen, okay, when all these fucking swing jockeys get here, you're going to distract him and I'm going to pee on him.
I like swing jockeys.
Right? Like, I think that's a good slur that like pitchers can have for position players, because it's not actually a slur, but it's like, you know, we're different and I'm going to let you know. So it's kind of a slur.
And it sounds like it'd be something fun to like, if you're mad at a baseball game, you're like, fucking swing jockey. Just like a guy strikes out, like that's a fun thing to say.
I feel like I would have yelled that at Hunter Pence when he swung at the 13th straight slider a foot off the plate.
Yeah. Yeah.
I loved him, but god damn it, he could not judge a slider.
That guy really missed out. I know he didn't. No, because he won World Series with two teams. Never mind.
No, he like by the time the Astros were winning, he was real late in his career anyway.
That's true. He was basically the reason the Astros got a lot of pieces for that. Not really, because we had Jonathan Singleton, and then Brett Wallace was who else they got, right? Was that who it was?
Yeah.
Fucking deep cut. That worked out. Singleton did later, sort of.
For one game.
That one game, that was cool.
That one game was real cool, and then he hit 100 over the next 2 weeks.
Totally worth it. Yeah, okay, I'll walk back that story. Hunter Pence take.
Hey, I still love him. Shout out Hunter Pence.
I like him too.
Still wouldn't be that, yeah.
He was fun. He played balls to the wall at all times. He ran like a deer that was just learning how to use his legs, so it was really funny watching him out in the outfield.
And he kind of looked like he was always on meth.
Oh yeah, he had the wide eyes.
And like the squirrely beard where it's like, I mean, he was young, but it was like not a full on beard always. Like
it's a lot patchy, like mine on the side, where it's all beard, like wiry and shit.
And it was usually just because it had been a couple days since he had shaved, but it was like you look at him, you're like, meth.
He was just a great baseball player because he just looked goofy, and that's like those are the best players. You're like, you don't know what the fuck's going on with this guy, but damn it, can he swing a bat?
That's all. Yeah, all he knows how to do is play baseball. That's all that matters. Baseball.
It's a good guy.
Look at us, two straight shows talking about baseball. Who would have known the football season just ended? Precome segment. I had I've been keeping track of some autocorrects that I've been having, and by autocorrects I mean typos that are caused because the predictive text just goes on its own thing. Like I hate when I type in like fuck and then it corrects to duck. That the 14th time it does that. Hey bud, I thought we have AI. Like be predictive. Just know that I'm not saying duck. I'm never saying duck you. I had 2 instances in the last week though that I wrote down for the podcast. Just I didn't know I was going to get the other one, but the first one I had was my wife had texted me something, and I my usual response, like if there's any kind of issue, I'm always just like no worries, whatever, it's all good. So I said no worries, and somehow it corrected it to all worries, which is the exact opposite of that. But that's kind of funny to think about like no worries. Like, dude, don't worry about it at all. But all worries, like there are very much a lot of worries going on right now. Like a lot of times I will send no worries when in my head there are many worries going on.
There usually
Shit.
are.
Yeah, like shit, I have to figure this out. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to burden this person. No worries. It's all good. I'll figure it out. I'm like, fuck. That is what all worries is.
Yeah, it's either no worries or I just say it like it's because I'm like whatever, but there are worries going on, or it's just I don't care about you. That's why
I
it's
just don't
no
want
worries.
to talk about my worries with you.
Yeah, I'm running late. No worries. It's just I expect nothing from you. I'm not surprised you're going to be late. That's why it's no worries. But usually I have anywhere from like 3 to 8 worries going on.
Oh, at least I've got a constant.
You have many more. You've got a baby on the way. I that's a
like
whole nother layer and
CVS
stack of worries.
receipt of worries. Just running.
Mine's like I've gone 3 days without winning a bet. That's like my biggest worry usually.
Yeah, no, I mean that's a solid worry. That's definitely one of the ones that would go into the all worries column.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. But yeah, so that was the first one, and then the other one I had was I was texting somebody that somebody I knew was at Mardi Gras, and it corrected it to Mario Gras, and that sounds way cooler than Mardi Gras. Mario Gras sounds awesome, and then I was like, that's making me think of Mario just wearing like a purple suit and maybe a little green and yellow, and then I was like, that's Wario. Wario is not the evil version of Mario like we've been led to believe. Wario is really just Cajun Mario, if you think about it.
What if we did like in the middle of a Mario, or God damn it, not a Mario, a Mardi Gras parade? We all just dressed up as Mario Kart characters, got in little go-karts, and we're like flying in and out, like throwing shells and bananas at each other. Make it Mario Gras. That would be sick. That would be a lot of fun.
Write that down next year, Robert, for us to have. We don't have a beer place yet to go. We don't have a brewery, but we'll find a place. We'll just have a Mario Gras party on the weekend of Mardi Gras. We just play Mario Kart, Mario Party.
Dress up as your favorite Mario character.
Yeah.
But
we take mushrooms.
Purple and orange and green.
It's all gonna pop with mushrooms.
I think that would be a great time for me to take mushrooms for the first time. I feel like that would be a real safe environment for my brain. Wario's coming after me, man. Wario's coming after me.
Why is it raining gold and green?
Except I want to be Wario.
I kind of want to be Wario now. I feel like Wario's gotten a lot of shit, and when we really look at it, he's just a Cajun version of his buddy.
I could be Wario. You'd have to be Waluigi.
I'd be Waluigi. That's fine. He's green, right?
Yeah. Well, he's the
green
skinny
and purple,
one, and Wario's the fat one. That's why.
Yeah, he's just the opposite of Luigi.
Yeah.
It's like Black Spider-Man, Robert.
Is Robert Donkey Kong?
Ooh. Robert's Yoshi. But then he has to be Pink Yoshi. He has to be Pink Yoshi.
To be Pink Yoshi?
Because it's reverse Yoshi.
I'll be colorblind.
No,
Yoshi.
it's not. You'd be Cajun Yoshi. So Cajun Yoshi would be
purple. Purple
Yoshi.
Yoshi. Yeah.
Done. Perfect.
And then every 5 minutes we could be drunk and just walk by Robert going, "What that tongue do?"
That would be pretty funny.
This sounds like a plan.
You have to go dressed as Yoshi, and Sam has to be dressed as an egg. Get it?
That would be sick.
Get it? Okay, so pencil it in. We don't have a date next year for it, but Mario Gras party, that sounds way cooler.
I'm all in. I'm all in.
We just do the exact same stuff. We're just in Mario stuff. And also there's Mario Party and Mario Kart. And we're on mushrooms. So like kind of exactly like Mario, like Mardi Gras, but with more Mario.
And we can just talk in fake Italian accents the whole time.
But like no Cajun food, just pizza. We're going to do just Italian food exclusively that day.
Oh, this ain't gabagool. What is this, fucking crawfish?
I send it back.
Wow, this is no good. I want to be Wario in real life so fucking bad. Anytime I don't like something, I just get to go, wah! I'm basically Snooky.
And then wasn't it Bowser that'd go wop 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 wop? Like that would also be funny to just Bowser people.
Oh, Robert could be a good Bowser.
Robert could be a good Bowser. No, could he? He's more of like a Koopa, like a Koopa Troopa kind of guy.
I'll be like one of the kids, like Larry or whatever.
I was gonna say you could just do
Three Stooges.
You're the Koopa
Larry,
Trooper
Curly,
that
and
does
Moe.
Bowser's social media.
No. What's the guy? Is that who it is that has the
One
camera?
of them holds a camera. Oh, I think he's one of the shy guys.
Shy
Robert
guy.
could be
You're
a
shy guy.
Dude, that's
Robert is
perfect.
shy guy.
Robert's a shy guy.
He's a shy guy.
But the guy that
Nobody
does the camera,
photoshopped that.
that's Lakitu.
For sure.
That's who?
Lakitu?
Lakitu, yeah.
That's who Robert is. Nobody photoshopped that at all. Definitely don't do that. That would be kind of sick.
God, imagine if we actually did this. Imagine
Let's
if
do
we
it, dude. I mean,
if
we
this
have a
was the
year.
one idea that we've come up with that we actually did.
We have 365 days to make it happen. Like we're on the last day of Mardi Gras, I think, right now. Fat Tuesday is the last day of Mardi Gras, right? I think it goes through it. I think it goes through it. And then it's Lent, which we're all having to give something up. Robert, what are you giving up?
I'm gonna give up the Super Bowl, the big game. I'm gonna give it up.
Well, that's not going to occur during.
Yeah, it doesn't occur during that.
Sorry, yeah.
I'm giving it up at 40.
No
40
highlights.
days.
You're not allowed to watch any highlights.
No highlights.
If I see you post
No
a Pat
commercials.
Mahomes anything, I'm gonna call you out. You're not allowed to post anything about the Super Bowl. No stories or anything. Taylor Swift counts. You can't talk about Taylor Swift.
Ooh, that's gonna be hard
Yeah,
for
it's the
him.
real challenge.
It really is. I
You know,
struggle with that every single day.
So that means tomorrow is Ash Wednesday, right?
And Valentine's Day. Yeah.
Or is Ash Wednesday at the end of Lent? Or is it the beginning? I don't know. I was a very bad Catholic.
I'm pretty sure Ash Wednesday's tomorrow.
Yeah.
It would probably be on a
So
Wednesday.
now that we've brought it up, if not, like if you hadn't brought up Fat Tuesday, I would not have even put that together. And I would have been walking around tomorrow like, why does everybody have dirty foreheads? Like it always takes like every year I see it because people put the ash, and every year it happens. I'm not ready for it, and it takes me seeing like 5 people before I'm like, fuck, is it Ash Wednesday?
Can you do like a belated Ash Wednesday? Like I didn't get around to it, so I'm just gonna walk around with ash on my forehead Thursday. Like April Fools. Still plays.
Do you
I
actually
mean,
see?
Sorry, I've been
people
busy the last
ashes?
2 days. I know it's Friday, but had to go by the church today.
Some people would probably say it's sacrilegious, but you can do whatever you want. What were you saying, Robert?
I don't think I've ever seen anyone with the ashes like actually on them.
Really?
I remember one year, it was probably like 6-8 years ago. I was doing the school delivery lunches, and I was like, why the fuck do all these kids look so dirty? And that's where I really noticed it. Like they'll go to school and they have that. Oh yeah, I mean, I guess I don't see it as much anymore because your boy ain't going to church. But yeah, dude, all the time. Like
Yeah.
I
see it a
guarantee
lot.
now that you know to look for it, you'll notice it tomorrow. Unless your radio station is just filled with a bunch of fucking heathens.
No, it's not. Like we had a whole Mardi Gras fucking thing today.
Oh, people celebrate Mardi Gras and don't go to church.
But I've seen people that were celebrating today with ash on their head too.
You should shame people tomorrow that don't have it on. Like,
Or
guess you didn't go to church today, huh?
I was gonna say that you should do kind of the opposite of that. Just do your Wario, wah, whenever you see somebody with it, and just act grossed out. Like, ah!
Do a W.
Oh, and I have a lot more since I'm bald. I can do a big W, man. I got a lot of room up here right now.
Wow.
And then people are like, "What are you doing? That's not Ash Wednesday." I'm like, "Well, I'm celebrating Mario Gras, so
I'm celebrating my own way. Please respect my privacy. Or just
yeah,
hit him with
you don't know my religion.
April Fools. Just hit him with an April Fools, and they'll be like,
Nah, that's a better idea.
He got me with that. The religious jokes, classic.
I should start doing that. People just, hey, have a good day. Yeah, you too. Ha, April Fools. Oh,
So I say that under my breath all the time.
You should do like if somebody's doing a segment on air and it's just not landing, big. Hey, you're doing a great job, April Fools.
Like I said under my breath, you didn't hear it, but I still said it. I didn't
you're
really
killing
mean
it.
But yeah, Mario Gras. Let's pencil that in for next year, Robert, and
Put it on the calendar.
That'll be fun. Last thing I brought in for the Precome segment. I heard somebody today talking about her and her husband. She was saying her and her husband have booked a hotel somewhere where they can see this upcoming eclipse, and they're like, it's the best place to go see it. We're gonna get to see the full whatever it is, and we're so excited about it. And I feel like we've had too many eclipses lately. Like they're happening too often for them to be that big a deal now. I feel like we had one last year, and then we had like 2 the year before. Sometimes it's like just a quarter eclipse, and they're like, "Go look outside. Don't forget your glasses." But look, it's got like the corner of the sun's eclipsed. It's like it's not. There's too many eclipses. Okay, I'm putting my foot down. Either all or nothing. We're not calling it partial eclipses. Okay, partial eclipses are fake ass shit. That's like when you run a half marathon. You didn't run a full marathon. Don't celebrate. You're either full eclipse or you're a fake eclipse. That's what I'm just gonna call them.
The only
Partial
cool
eclipses
one
or fake eclipses.
was last year that we actually got to see here in town. Like that was like during the day. I don't remember if that one was called.
I didn't even remember it except for like, yeah, no, it was because it was the weekend. And I remember like, I was like, what the fuck's going on outside? Is there some weird like tenting on my
hours?
Yeah, it was just like shadowy. And then I was like, oh, everybody's on their balcony because they're looking up at the sun.
Yeah, dude, if it's not a full eclipse, it's not an eclipse. I'm with you.
Way too many of them. There's way too many too. Just like it shouldn't happen that often. If you want to be special, be like a comet where you're like, look, this comet comes by once every 1,000 years. If it's every 1,000 years, definitely freak out over it. But when it's 12 times a year, no thanks.
I take that back because it doesn't have to be a full one to be cool. It has to be just like easily visible. Like I remember last year, everyone was like, I went outside and I looked up and they're like, well, no, you have to take a picture of it. And then when you take a picture of it on your camera, you'll actually see the bottom left of the screen. You'll see like the semicircle and that's the actual. No, like if I can't look up and be like, oh, it's a fucking, I can see the moon passing in front of the sun. That shit doesn't count.
Yeah, I'm not doing math.
Like if we were in 1864 and I was hanging out with some Comanches out on the plains and I couldn't just fucking look up and see it, that's not an eclipse. If I need technology to see it, it's not an eclipse.
I bet back in the day, before they like knew what eclipses really were, they just freaked everybody out. Like, what the fuck? Dude. The sun's off! The sun's off! Who turned it off? Oh fuck, it's back, guys. What happened?
Yeah, there's no way.
20 minutes later, they're like, what? Why? Where did it go?
I remember the picture.
It must have been wild.
People making fun of Trump when there was a solar eclipse during like his presidency, and he was looking directly at it.
And we all did the exact same thing too.
Don't do that. We but like everyone else around him had the glasses, I think, and he didn't, and he was still looking at it.
I definitely just straight up.
He's built different.
Last year's eclipse and that one are the only two I remember.
I do remember like here's something I don't see anymore. Remember as a kid, people would have those like boxes that like you look into it and there's like 2 mirrors in it and it goes like straight forward, straight
like a
up,
periscope,
and then out. Yeah, like a periscope. I feel like nobody uses those anymore. They probably figured out it wasn't a safe way to look at it.
Yeah. No, I don't think that was to look at the sun. I think that was the spy. Like you would put that over your fence and you'd be able to see over the fence.
The neighbor girls are sunbathing. Ah.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a periscope. Like that's what it was.
Back in the days before internet. That's why internet ruined periscopes.
It really did.
Kids just ain't creeping anymore. So like, I got porn in my hand.
I think periscopes are still going strong in submarines, I would imagine.
Well, yeah, but that's high tech periscopes. I need a handheld one.
How much of the world's periscopes do you think, like the world periscope economy would be heavily reliant on submarines? I would imagine.
I mean, for actual periscopes, yeah, but the ones we're talking about, I think more science class.
I would think
they depend on.
I would just think like the actual periscope industry would collapse if submarines just went away.
For sure. I mean, did you ever see Down Periscope with Kelsey Grammer? Hilarious
movie. Great movie.
Love that movie.
Great movie.
Robert, you don't need to see it. You wouldn't get it. It's all just dumb humor.
So yeah, that's just really what I had for the pregame segment. Is just I think there's too many eclipses. I'm over them. Unless it's a full eclipse, it's not an eclipse, and I'm just gonna stand by that. I don't like when there's another eclipse coming up. I'll be like, is it a full one? Okay, cool. Then I'll go look at it for a half a second when somebody posts a video of it later. I don't want to go. I'm not wasting my time on eclipses anymore. I'm over them.
I'm with you. I'll
right.
join this movement with you, buddy.
Thank you, Pat. What'd you guys bring in today?
I need advice. What is the best way to deal with your friend when they're just being a total pussy?
Explain.
So, as I imagine most guys' group chats are, me and my friends are all pretty much just absolute savages to each other at all times. But it's also, a safe space. You can say whatever the fuck you want. Nobody's gonna do it. But it is just constant arguments and us shitting on each other and fucking with each other. But that's just how we communicate. We're dudes. So yesterday, we get this message from the guy who is in the middle of every single fucking argument. Even if he wasn't involved in the beginning, he's going to be in on that shit, and he's just going to stoke the fire. And not even in a stirring the pot kind of way. It's just, he's just going to piss everybody off because he has to be insufferable in the middle of every argument. And we get this.
I thought you were describing yourself at first.
No. Oh, yeah. You think I'm bad? I'm not. I'm not the worst person in my group chat, guys. Let that sink in. The level of fucking savage.
Think of that group chat.
So this is the message that we got yesterday, 30 minutes after he was in the middle of an argument. Yo, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and leave the chat. It doesn't really add any value to my everyday activities. Let me just say, though, I'm cool with everyone, and y'all are always welcome at my place if you're in the area. If you want to hang out or travel, I'm a phone call away. I still want to game regularly, so just text me directly or message me on the IG chat if you need a squad mate. By the way, he didn't leave the Instagram chat, though. Actually, he was out of it, and he joined back in. So that's a whole other thing.
We don't have to check Instagram as often as you check tags.
He goes, message me on the IG chat if you need a squad mate. That chat is way less chaotic. If I don't hear from you, just know I wish everyone the best, and I'm sure we'll run into each other at some point. And then he left the chat. And everybody was just bewildered at that point. Like, what the actual fuck is going on? And by the way, he does this like every 6 months. Like every 6 months, he's going to find a reason.
He just likes the attention.
I don't
like the attention.
And that's exactly what it was. And me and my other buddy, John, shout out John, we're all on a shit. Guys, okay, just
point it up.
Actually, I kind of pointed that direction. I was pointing towards Conroe. He lives in Conroe.
Not everybody knows that.
Well, yeah, you know what? It was just me. Okay, that's how my brain works. Don't dissect everything I do. You'll go fucking crazy trying to figure it out. But we're like, okay, guys, just leave him out. Don't let him come back in the league. I think I had talked about this. He's the one that threw the fit saying he was going to leave the fantasy football thing, the fantasy football group. Same guy. But we're like, okay, guys, just let him go. Like, don't add him back in here. Because then, of course, people like 2 guys added him back in. And he was like, don't add me back.
That is an all-time fun move. Like when somebody leaves the group chat and then you add them back to the group chat and then they leave again. And then it just keeps happening. And it's like, this is actually more work for you to leave the group than it would have been to just stay in it and mute it.
Oh yeah. And he's got to the point where he was like, guys, if you keep adding me back, I'm just going to have to block whoever's doing it. But he can't see who's adding him back in. So then he texted somebody on the side, like, can you let me know who's adding me so I can block them?
And then they ratted him out.
No, nobody's ratting on anybody.
But then you rat him out for trying to get somebody to rat on everybody else. You're like, hey, the guy that left the group, he's fucking trying to get us to tattle on each other.
Oh, no, he did. He immediately came and goes. He's like, he's texting me on the side. But me and John are like, guys, he's just looking for attention. Leave him out of the chat. And in 2 weeks, he's going to text one of us going, hey, can you add me back to the group chat?
And then don't.
But he's the one complaining about people adding him back. Meanwhile, everybody that's in the Instagram, the reason I'm not in the Instagram chat is it was going before I ever had Instagram. And I was like, well, I don't need the same thing in 2 places. But everybody that's in there has tried to leave the Instagram chat and he joins back in, or he's the one that adds them back in. Like, you can't leave this shit. So I told them all, just copy paste that.
Are you just talking about message. DMs? Like Instagram DMs?
No, they have a chat in Instagram. like where they all are in the same group. You can make Instagram groups. So it's like a text chat, but it's just on Instagram. It's ridiculous. But I told them all, just copy paste that ridiculous message that he sent us and send it into the IG chat, and then all of you leave and he'll be in there by himself.
That's actually a really good idea.
Basically what I'm asking here is y'all's advice, because what I do, my go-to move is to just hammer them harder when they act like pussies. But I'm starting to wonder if maybe there's another way I should go about this when your friend's acting like a bitch.
No, like the best way to do it is like, I think Ted Lasso. I took this from Ted Lasso, where the owner of the club is all still like caught up on her ex, and she's like, she lets him get to her, and he was like, the best way to know that I was over someone is to know that they didn't affect me at all. Like, you just don't tell him that. You just don't say anything. Like, all right, cool. And then when he asks, be like, yeah, whatever. And then like, just don't react to it all, and he'll just be like, fuck, like this is the third time they've just been like, okay, cool. Like, it's funny to like roast him for it and to just bust his balls, but if you want it to like just like get through to him, just like no one act like it matters at all. Just like, okay, cool.
That's what I mean.
And then they shouldn't use the Instagram chat, because then he's gonna get nothing from it, so he's gonna want to come back to the other one and be like, okay, cool, and then just don't say anything, and then when he wants that again, he's like, all right. Or just like thumbs up everything he ever says. Like if it's like the group thing where he's like, hey, I'm gonna leave, he's like, thumbs up, cool.
That's what like I try and do, but you know, a bunch of my friends have much bigger hearts than I do, so they reach out and then they're trying to be like, you know, come back, or they'll just add him back in, and I'm just like, guys, just you're feeding into his attention-seeking ways. It's like, if you had a toddler, would you do that? No, you would be a parent, and you would not feed into their bullshit. But
if you want attention, start a podcast. That's the best way to do it. That's what I did.
I mean, it's not a bad move.
Yeah, you just like tell them to start a podcast.
I mean, really, all you have to have is one friend who's on a huge radio station in whatever city you're in, who already has a bit of a following. So then you can just come on, drink beers, and act like a jackass.
You just have a podcast. We won't be guests on it because I don't go and guess the people that leave chats. But
he does do whiskey reviews on TikTok, and actually has a fair amount of followers on that.
See, perfect.
But yeah, you guys message me on Twitter. Let me know what I should do. # Pat's pussy friend.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe come up with a better one. Just message me. Be like, how should I handle
Pat
my
PP,
friend who's being a bitch?
PPF. # PPF.
Bitch made friends. Whatever. I don't know. Use different hashtags. I don't care. Just as long as you tag me, I'll see it.
Robert, would you bring in for Precome segment?
Yeah, I think I got my fill with all that Astros talk we did.
Got out of the way early.
Yeah, that was my pre-comeback kid.
All right. Well, let's move on to our next segment, the Comeback Kids segment. It's brought to you this week by our good friends at littleemshop.com. littleemshop.com, the #1 place in the world. This is statistically accurate. The #1 place in the world for anything tchotchke related. Okay, if you want anything that's some sort of tchotchke, which is a very fun word to say, go to littleemshop.com, littleemshop.com. Now, I mean, go for the air fresheners. Obviously, they have the best air fresheners on the planet. You get the Miami Beach, the Little Ice, or the Fresh to Death. They also have the Out of This World design, the Rad air freshener design, and the floral wallpaper design too. They're way better than those dumb little fucking trees you could be hanging from your rearview mirror. Go get you a Little M air freshener, but go get the tchotchkes too. Go get the tchotchkes too, because you want to load up. You're gonna want to load up because when you spend $10 or more, you're gonna get free shipping, and also you can use our promo code PTG69 and get 10% off of your order. They have digital designs. They can do custom digital designs. They also have stickers that you can customize as well as keychains. There's little motel keychains, the little like diamond looking ones. Those are cool. You can customize those. You know, maybe if you're getting engaged or something like that, you're looking for a bridesmaid gift. Put all your little bridesmaids' names on a little keychain. Hey, will you be in my I Do crew? And that's gonna be cute. That'll be cute as fuck. They're gonna be like, wow, girl, that's so cute. Guys too.
That's actually awesome.
Do it for your groomsmen. Yeah. Just throwing out some ideas there. Or also just get your name on your keychain. All that works too. I have one that just says Gravy King. It's awesome. Go check it out. littleemshop.com, littleemshop.com. Go for the air fresheners. Stay for the keychains, the compact mirrors, the digitals. sticker prints as well. Go to littlemshop.com. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. littlemshop.com. Use our promo code PTG69 for 10% off your order at littlemshop.com. If you get something from them, let them know you're supporting the people supporting the podcast. They're at Little EM Tweets on Twitter and at Little EM Shop on Instagram. Let them know you're supporting the podcast and the people that support the podcast. littlemshop.com. Promo code PTG69 at checkout for 10% off your order at littlemshop.com, the official sponsor of our Comeback Kids segment.
It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch.
All right. Our first Comeback Kid this week is love. Because it's Valentine's Day.
Love.
And if you took our advice last week, which I got some women were not happy with my advice to the fellas that you should have just stolen flowers last week. Saved them. But, you know, I mean, if you already gave them to her yesterday because they were dying, you already got that out of the way. Now she already thinks you're a killer gift giver. And if she didn't listen to this podcast, there's no way she would have known. And then if she does listen to this podcast, just be like, I didn't do what Alex said. But don't do what I said. Just lie about it. Duh. Foolproof plan right there. Just saying. You should already be ahead. If you took my advice last week, you're already crushing Valentine's Day. But yeah, love is back. And then also love being back. It's just a weird holiday when you have the like, well, Valentine's Day sucks too. It's like, you don't have to celebrate it. You don't have to celebrate like Christmas either if you don't want to. People really like Christmas. It makes people happy, but like, you don't have to celebrate it. It's weird though that like people don't have like anti-Christmas parties. They're just like, hey, fuck Christmas, dude. Let's get together and have a fuck Christmas party.
Is that not what Ramadan is?
No. I think you're thinking of Hanukkah. Which actually, it's not Hanukkah.
That's not true. It's not Hanukkah because Hanukkah was around before Christmas.
It's not Hanukkah. That's the fuck Christmas party. It's when you go to the Chinese restaurant on Christmas because everything else is closed besides Chinese restaurants.
Yeah.
That is the fuck Christmas party. I would guess.
Also, here's for all you people out there that do go and you get a nice, you know, a reservation, you have a nice meal on Valentine's Day. If you're one of the people that makes reservations at like 5 different places because you're not sure where you're going to go, but you want to get it on the books, that's fine. I have no problem with that. When you decide where you're going, call the places you're not going and cancel your reservation. It's super annoying that every year on Valentine's Day, 30% of your reservations don't show up.
That's also why
just call back. Hey, sorry, you know, we're not going to make it. You can even say we're going somewhere else. They'll be like, okay, cool. I don't give a fuck. That gives us room for somebody else. Just cancel your fucking reservation that you made, you dickhead.
Like, do you ever try and cop an attitude just like as a bit with somebody when like, hey, we decided we're going to go somewhere else? Like, oh, wow. Huh. Well, I hope you love Ruth's Chris. I hope it's great. I hope Ruth's Chris is your favorite steakhouse. I hope you love it. Okay. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. Believe
as
me.
Funny as bits are to me and you, they're not that funny to customers. They don't enjoy them. Funny.
That was like when Jerry Seinfeld took his car to, I think it was it Brad Garrity? That's the brother on Everybody Loves Raymond.
Mm-hmm.
He took it. Brad Garrity was his mechanic, and then like anytime he would ask him like a second opinion, he'd be like, "Oh, I'm sure your other mechanic would love that." It's like just act like a scorned girlfriend to somebody that calls to cancel a reservation. Huh? Oh, you're just too busy for us. I get it. Wow.
You think I don't daydream about this kind of shit all day, every day?
But like that would be funny just for content wise. I mean, I know you probably couldn't film yourself doing that, but that would be hilarious to me to just watch people being sassy.
That would be really funny if somebody said something. I go, hold on real quick. I just pulled out my camera and put it right here. Like, oh, really? Like, they'd be like, why are you
can you say that again? Hold on a second. Can you start from the top? Ready? Why did you get a ring light out and your tripod and your phone? Don't worry about it. Just say the exact same thing.
Hand the phone to their date and be like, can you just film this real quick? I'm going to do a bit.
And it's just you worrying people.
Yeah. No, I would. I mean, I've always said I would love to work like a week at Dick's Last Resort. Except they have like rules within how you can be a dick to people. I just want to work at a Dick's Last Resort with no rules, where I can just be like,
An Outback
you
version of a
stupid
Dick's
bitch.
Last Resort.
You've been looking at the menu for 20 minutes. Like, how do you not know?
That's
What's your question? How is the burger cooked? It's cooked. This isn't Wisconsin. We're not going to give you a carnivore burger where it's fucking raw meat, okay? You want it medium? Tell us. We'll cook it fucking medium. You tell me how you want it cooked, and then we do it. That's what restaurants do. Oh, I was looking at the menu online, and I just had some questions about it. Well, if you saw it online, then you fucking know what it is. You read the menu. How is our T-bone steak? It tastes like a fucking T-bone steak. That's what it is.
Dick's Last Resort is also like fun one time, and the second time you go, like, okay.
That's what I've heard.
I mean, I've been twice. We went with friends. Like, if it's somebody's first time, it's always kind of funny. It's like if you go, I mean, Benihana is always a winner no matter what. But like when you go with somebody that's like, I went with my niece to was it Benihana? Yeah, we were watching.
Benihana's don't besmirch it. It's always fun. Hibachi.
No, it wasn't my niece. It was my cousin's. It was my cousin's daughter. So like whatever
not important to the story.
Yeah, no, that's true. But yeah, it was like a little kid seeing a hibachi for the first time when they do the onion volcano and shit, and just seeing the eyes. You're like, fucking, you're loving this. This makes me so happy that you're so happy.
I still do that every time I go to hibachi.
Oh yeah, no, that is me every time. But then when you see them also enjoying it, you're like, and this is a tradition we're handing on for generations.
Can you imagine how bad it would suck to have regulars at Dick's Last Resort? Like people that come in, I'm being
They
dumb.
probably
What are you
do,
gonna say
and then
to
they just
me?
chase them out.
Or like, you know what actually has to be the worst about working at that? People that come in like, I'm going to give it back to them. I'm going to be the funny guy that's a dick back to them. They're like, dude, it's not funny. We're doing a bit. If you join the bit, it's not fun for anyone.
It's like when
I'm doing a bit for you. I don't need you to do a bit for me. My whole thing is a bit.
It's the people that yell at a comedy show the whole time, and it's like, no, it doesn't add to the experience. It ruins it. Like, you're not a part of this.
At the professional comedian. No, shut up.
But Love is back. Shout out to Love this week. Also shout out to rollerblading, because rollerblading made a comeback in a big way on the Super Bowl halftime show. Usher was busting out the roller skates. He was on rollerblades. I think he was on rollerblades.
Some of the turns he made, it seemed like it had to be blades. Where it's so. Let's just get in agreement. Blades are when all the wheels are in a row, right?
Blades
Skates
are straight.
are when you have the four.
Skates are four.
Yeah, those had to be rollerblades.
Yeah, I think so. Robert, you can't
Just
look it up because you gave up the Super Bowl for Lent.
I feel like people would be like, roller skates aren't cool. You know, I think they made a movie, Rollouts.
They did make a movie, Rollouts, and it was awesome. No, those are roller skates. Those are rollers. Or no, there's roller blades. Those are blades. He's got blades there.
Yeah.
Boogie Nights, they had the roller skating in it, right? Yeah. So is that 70s show, but that's also in the 70s. The Office. Put on Dave Matthews, Deep Tracks Only. My name's Andy, and I can roller skate like a Greek god.
But yeah, I mean, I thought the halftime show was. I didn't understand people on being like, "This sucks." I was like, "That was a great halftime show. Like one of the best ones I've ever seen."
But I don't watch halftime shows expecting it to be everything. Football is next.
The whole rollerblading section of it seemed unnecessary. Like you could have just not like Usher almost slipped at the very end. Like he was just turning around and you saw him wobble. Like, see, if you weren't on roller skates, that you would have not almost broken your ankle there.
No, I disagree.
Everybody was hoping for that, right? No, not him, but like everyone was hoping to see somebody on rollerblades fall and eat shit in the middle of the performance.
I didn't think about it. But
I would disagree. It would be really funny if somebody fell right now.
I would disagree with it being a weird moment, like being like, hey, this is unnecessary, because I think that it's almost the first thing I think about when you're like, shoes. You know what would make these shoes cooler? Wheels. And that's how we got Heelys. And then it's like, oh, wait, it's just Heelys, but a lot of Heely on it. And you're like, yeah, it's just skates. You're like, fuck yeah, let's do that. Like, we should normalize just like wearing rollerblades as regular shoes. Like if you could pull off the bottom of the blade, that would be awesome.
No, see, that would be cool, but like I don't want people.
You get to work, you unblade, and then you blade up when you're leaving the office.
See, that's cool. If you're doing it outside, that's fine. But if you normalize it, people are going to start doing it inside.
But
And
playing
that's
in the halls would be
unacceptable.
fun, dude.
No, it wouldn't be, because you're just walking the hall and someone's like, oh, coming through. Oh, I lost my balance. And they're just crashing into you because they don't know how to do it, but they want to join the trend. No. Most people are overweight anyway, which means they're probably not as coordinated as they should be. Like, you don't want me rollerblading down a hall at you and I can't figure out how to stop. Because everybody's going to the hospital.
That's why Heelys are so great, because it's like, and shoe. It's just the bottom part. It's the
Now,
back
normalize
part. Just lean
Heelys.
forward.
It's one.
I have 2 pairs of Heelys.
Heelys is probably the number one thing that I'm sad I missed out on in life.
You don't. They still sell them. My brother literally got me Heelys for Christmas.
I don't need Heelys. But here
I
go to
American
work and
flag
I go
Heelys.
home. I'm not going to Heely around my house. Most of the area that I spend is in carpet, and I'm sure as shit not going to Heely at work, especially because I doubt those shoes are non-slip. I need to wear non-slip shoes at work for safety reasons.
They want you to slide. They're slide, not non-slip. They're pro slide, non-slip.
See, you
won't slip, you'll slide.
When you work in a restaurant, you don't want me wheeling around with your dishes in my arms. I fall, like, oh, sorry, it's gonna be another 20 minutes for your food to cook.
Ever heard of Sonic?
Sonic? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't work at Sonic, guys. I don't know if you knew that.
You can bring Sonic to your restaurant.
I don't think they mix.
But inside and fancy.
Those worlds don't mix.
Like, Robert, is that not the best part where you're like, what? Slid right up to me. Like,
which
that
also,
is so cool.
By the way, when's the last time you were at a Sonic?
I was not recently at all, but my wife, that's been a pregnancy craving of hers, so she's been going recently.
Okay. How often when you're at Sonic, you're lucky if one person during the shift is wearing rollerblades? Actually, I think they were rollerblades.
I thought I had some killer. I like to be just commentator guy that just is saying stupid shit the whole time during the Super Bowl, which is, I guess, everybody. But I loved just quote tweeting a bunch of Usher skating graphics and videos, and I was just like, what is it? The car hop at Sonic when I'm just trying to get my fucking food. When we were in high school, they had high school kids that would do it, and like some of the dudes liked to show off that they could roller skate. Like, hey, bud, bring my fucking cherry limeade. I just want my cherry limeade. I don't want to see you pirouettes.
I am all for it. Like, if they can do it well,
Olympics.
Dude, that's the shtick of the restaurant. If you can do it and you can do it well, fucking do a triple sow cow on the way with my food. As long as you don't drop any of it, I'm fine. Like, if you want to show off, dude. You're doing your job well and you're having fun doing it. It's fun for people to watch. I'm fine with that. You're a fucking sourpuss, bro.
Sonic is actually going back to Sonic. Just
Sonic
great
goes
idea. Sonic fucks for sure. But just a really good idea that like figure skating is boring as fuck to me. But a way to make figure skating cool would be to incorporate what Sonic has, and there's always the element of like maybe somebody's gonna get hit by a car.
You make figure skating is
just a car drives by once
and the judges
once per song, and you might get hit.
I was gonna say it's like you start on one end, the judges are on the other end. You're bringing them food on a tray. You can only you're not getting multiple passes. You get one shot to get as many tricks in between you and the judges, and you have to deliver all of the food knocked over. You get docked points. I'd watch that. I'd watch because you're getting points for completion of the order and for tricks in between. So you're like, you gotta bring them all the food because you get docked more points the more food that falls. But also you got to put some sick tricks in there too. Yeah, and then we get controversy. We're like, well, the Russians glue their food to the tray.
Well, they just dope it up. They'd be like they're
doping the trays. The trays are sticky.
Oh yeah, they got some what was it? They got spider tack on those trays for sure.
Oh, for sure.
And pine tar. Sure.
But actually that'd be hard to do because then you have to take the tray off, give it to the judges.
Yeah, no, you make a really good point because
magnets.
Being a Sonic car hop is way more impressive than being a figure skater. Because a figure skater, you just, oh, look at me. I can slide around and jump and twirl and do cool shit. And you have to do that as a Sonic car hop with skates, but you also have to deliver food without dropping it and not get hit by cars, which is an element of danger and finesse with all the cool skating. I think being a car hop at Sonic is way cooler than being a figure skater.
Can you imagine if you like, say you worked at Sonic back in the heydays of it when we were in high school and junior high, and you were one of the car hops that was really good on skates, and you skated around, you did little spins and tricks, and you were awesome at it. And there was nothing you could monetize out of that. And then today you're in your
TikTok.
30s and you see that kid, you know who I'm talking about, the Papa John's kid who just makes pizzas and he's super viral all the time for it. Do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
Oh no, I just saw Tommy DeVito. That's Domino's that he does. Domino's. I'm a Tommy DeVito Domino's guy now.
No.
There's a Super Bowl guy.
There's this kid who he just works at Papa John's and loves his fucking job. And he's sick at making pizzas. And he'll make, I'm assuming he's on TikTok, but he's spinning the dough, rolling it out, making dope ass pizzas. Loving his fucking job. Love this kid. Love to see someone who's doing a job like that. And they absolutely love it. And they're awesome. And I think he's now made his way into like Papa John's commercials and shit. I'm like, you have to see that and be one of the people that was sick at Sonic back in the day and just be like, God damn it. If we had TikTok back in the day, son of a bitch, I could have made so much money. Instead, no, I just kept working at fucking Sonic.
Millennials missed out on that gap where like we can't just go out of high school and then just be viral video stars. Like we didn't have that really as an option. Now you can be like, I'm gonna be a TikToker, and like we had MySpace and like Facebook was kind of coming up, but the viral
a little
videos,
bit of Vine.
But Vine wasn't even like not when we came out of high school. Like you could just go from being 18 and just making TikToks at your parents' house and then get like rich doing that now. Like we didn't have that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I would have capitalized.
Like
on that.
you could go viral back in the day, but there was no way to monetize it. Like there was so many people that went viral, and it was just okay. You went viral. That's the end of it.
Achieving being viral is just like people would yell it at each other for random things, like the "Oops, I farted again" Britney Spears thing from E-Bombs World. Like that's viral. Like, hello, the Earth is around. You'll see.
Even if just Cameo was around back then. Now you go viral, bam, just hop on Cameo. You may not make a fuck ton of money, but you'll probably make like at least $20,000.
I want to make Robert get a cameo.
Everyone just like show us your dick.
But it'd be funny to just have you on Cameo.
Show your dick.
Ooh, that's only.
And then but then that just becomes OnlyFans. Yeah.
You just use your Cameo to exclusively plug your OnlyFans. So it's like you do the shout out they ask, but then you also have to get an OnlyFans plugin.
I think it would be fun to have Robert have a cameo just because people are like, I want you to wish my brother James a happy birthday and, make it exciting. He's like, hey, James, happy birthday. Astros start in a little bit. Have a good one. Big, that's
you just look up some
as
Astro. You just look up an Astro that they could share a birthday with and then say them. And if it's not a birthday they exactly share, it's just somebody that's got a close enough birthday.
See, that would be the perfect thing for me. If I ever went viral, I'd have to go the Cameo.
Dude, I think anybody can just get on Cameo, man. Like that's the best part is like when you search.
But nobody's gonna buy it. If you go viral, people will be like, oh, it's the viral so-and-so guy. Let's get him on Cameo. And that is the least amount of work to make money, which is what I need.
We sort of did go viral on that.
Because I don't want to get a manager.
The Pro Taylor Swift YouTube short. Did we make $1 million off of that, Robert?
No.
I thought that was our ticket out of here.
Not yet, unfortunately.
I was told that was gonna make us millions and millions of dollars because it had a lot of views on it. Are you telling me that was incorrect?
That was incorrect, yeah.
God damn it. We monetized. I thought we got whatever it was on YouTube. We're supposed to be billionaires by now.
Maybe we should just like every week we each share like one of our really most embarrassing moments we've ever had. Because maybe that'll make us go viral. But also,
Pat, pull out your phone.
That's very bad ones. It's in front of me. Yeah.
Okay. Just go to Google.
There.
And then like click like the thing where it just autofills what you've recently Googled and just run through
that. Muhammad drawing contest, Texas, because I was telling a coworker earlier. remember that one?
After Charlie Hebdo?
Remember? Yeah. Do you remember that one? Yeah. It wasn't a trap, but they basically set a trap to kill terrorists.
Solid start.
Chris Farley rolling doobies, mint jelly, MLB opening day, night at the Roxbury. I know your tricks because I was trying to find that meme to send to somebody.
Yeah.
Ivan Melendez, who, if you remember, played at UT. They called him the Hispanic Titanic. I was trying to explain him to somebody that didn't know who he was. Lakewood Church, which we all know that. I don't know why I laughed when saying that one. And then Big Lebowski drink, because I couldn't remember what a White Russian was called.
What
about you? What do you got? Show me some of yours.
Okay, so right
By the
now,
way, I did skip over some, but it wasn't anything embarrassing. It was like what games went to overtime in 2022. Like I skipped over the really boring ones.
Yeah, so all of mine are like Photoshop searches that I did that like are for the podcast covered today. And then stuff to answer podcast questions, really. But my number one thing that popped up a lot is me misspelling Isaiah Pacheco over and over again. Isaiah is a very frustrating name when you think about it. There are a lot of different like ways to spell Isaiah. And
it's such a ridiculous name when it comes to how it's spelled.
Is it I-S-I-A-H, I-S-I-A-I-A-H, I-S-A-I-A-H?
There's too many vowels.
I-I-S-H-I-A-S-H. It's
like
all vowels with an S and an H. That's all it is.
Here's the problem with the name Isaiah. It's got as many vowels as a Hawaiian name, and it is 1/8 of the size of a Hawaiian name. So it's really hard to fucking spell.
Yeah.
Like vowels should not outnumber the consonants in a word.
Like I understand when you're like, okay, Ashley is EY, you can get the IEGH, you can get the EE, you can get the I. Shout out to Ashley with an I that listens and watches us. But like I guess like that's just a way to like, okay, well, we're gonna spin it differently. Like Isaiah, like that's in the middle of the word. You know, like you can't. It fluctuates too much where you put I's and H's and shit like that. Like, I don't like it. And Isaiah Pacheco spells his name different than Isaiah Hodgins, who spells his name different than Isaiah. What's his fucking name on the Pistons? Like, when I'm gambling and then at Gravy Gambles, we always tweet out our picks. When I'm having to remember how to fucking spell Isaiah, and there's 74 different ways to spell it, it's a very frustrating thing. But just that's really me trying to find out how to spell Isaiah Pacheco so I could tweet out my Super Bowl bets that didn't matter. That's what most of my thing is. International Players Anthem. I was looking at the lyrics for that.
It's always a good search. It's an amazing song.
Quarterbacks to retire and play again. I was looking at that. I was trying to talk about Joe Flacco. Usher roller skates. Dinner theater. I was learning about dinner theater. I thought dinner theater was like at the Copacabana where you just sit around the table and you watch like Dean Martin comes out. I did not realize dinner theater is a murder mystery party. So those are my Google searches. Yeah.
I will say
is like a murder mystery.
From time to time, I am cognizant of the fact that if I search something, I sometimes will delete it because also my Gmail is on the work computer or the computer at work. And sometimes I'll be like, I'm just going to delete it, even though I wouldn't be embarrassed if somebody saw that I searched so-and-so nude. Like if I was watching someone, I was like, I wonder if her titties have been in anything, as guys
Mr.
do.
Skin, MrSkin.com.
And if I haven't used that, you just Google nude and then you hit image search. It's so much faster. But not that I would be embarrassed of it, but I'm like, if I just was at work and somebody was standing next to me and I just pulled up my Google right there and I hit the search bar, and it would just like, big fat titties or whatever. I was just like, every once in a while, I'll be like, you know what? Maybe I'll make sure that's not in my Google search.
Solid. That's smart. Yeah. Or like if you like look up like if some murder happened or whatever, and it's like when they made a pipe bomb and you're like, what's in a pipe bomb? It's like, I don't need to have that on my recent searches.
And the funny thing about it is if somebody like one of the servers walked by and saw that I was searching big fat titties or whatever the fuck it was, every single day they're going to hear me and my GM speaking about way more inappropriate things than that.
But you don't want it to be like the word, like it'll just be like somebody's wife will come in and be like, Pat, can I borrow the computer real fast?
Well, that doesn't happen. We would be like, no,
but
you don't work
here. But it's always something like that. It's just like, oh, I have to just look up something real fast. I have to check my email, and they look on Google, and you're like, what the big fat tits?
Pat, why did you Google big black cock? Well, because I wanted to send a picture of a big black cock to my friend. Because
it was a funny joke, all right?
I mean, also, straight up, I'm the one that sent the Drake picture to my group chat.
Somebody had to.
Somebody's got to do it.
Somebody had to. No.
And then I got called gay, and I was like, what is gay about another man's? Me and another friend were actually like, there's nothing gay about dicks.
I mean,
if you think it's
you
gay,
being you being comfortable enough with your masculinity and your sexuality to be like, you know what? I will send my friends Drake's dick.
Bro, I have no problem. Sir, like, okay, if a
This guy
celebrity's
stuff.
nudes gets leaked, I'm probably gonna look, man or female. I don't give a shit. I've seen Verlander's dick. I actively, when Brett Favre happened, I searched out his dick. Because what are you gonna say? Hey, your childhood idol's dick is on the internet. You're not gonna be curious?
Bro.
If Eli Manning's nudes got leaked today, right now, and you got a thing, everyone would see your eyes darting off of the screen while you
probably
Googled
check
Eli
it out.
Manning's dick.
Probably check it out.
It's curiosity, guys. There's nothing gay about it. Even if it is, even if you are doing it for gay reasons, good for you.
Yeah.
Same
Fine.
reason I
Nothing wrong
Googled
with that.
titties for straight reasons.
There's nothing wrong with that, you know?
Sometimes you just enjoy seeing a good titty. Sometimes you enjoy seeing a good dick.
Just let people do what they want to do, you know? As long as it's legal.
Just live life.
Moving on. Also back this week, second chances, because it's time for Chinese New Year's, which means Chinese New Year's resolution. So I always like to take this opportunity to be like, hey, if you said you're not doing whatever, or your New Year's resolution is this and you fucked it up, don't worry. Second chances, Chinese New Year's resolution.
What
So
year
you
are
always
we
set
going
an
into?
unattainable one, and then you fuck it up, and you're like, no, I'm just going to work on my Chinese. It's a dragon?
You're the dragon.
Oh, that's...
We're going into Year of the Dragon? What year? Excuse me. Shout out John Joffrey. What year were we just in?
I don't know. I know we're going into Dragon. I don't know what year we just were in. You asked what year are we going into? Dragon.
I assume you pulled up a calendar, man.
No, this is just
a Chinese calendar. It was the water rabbit. It's not that. What?
Yeah, it's knowledge that everyone knows.
I think I remember looking it up one time, and I was.
This is the year of the rabbit.
God, who knows? I'm probably very wrong, but I'm pretty sure I was born in Year of the Rat.
Of course you were.
Which fucking makes sense. All right, 2023 was Rabbit. Yeah, I see. I had to Google it because I don't believe you guys in anything you say because you're so fucking mean to me. 1990 was.
Well, I was born the year of the snake. That's sick.
Oh, 1990 was horse, according to this random website that I clicked on. So, by the way, all these could be fucking wrong. But I trust ChineseHighlights.com/travel guide /Chinese-Zodiac. So,
oh, dude, it's the year of the snake next year, too. Fuck yeah.
No, fuck it. Hey, you know what? Already, right now, we're anti-2025. We're doing that as a podcast. I don't like snakes.
I'm born in the year of the snake.
I don't do snakes, dude. I was named after St. Patrick. Does that mean me and you are just naturally fucking enemies then?
Maybe.
I will drive you out of Ireland if we ever go there.
You will not.
Together. I will.
You will not.
Just don't go to Ireland with me then.
I've never been to Ireland, anyways.
Neither have I. It's literally the only place in the world I want to travel to. Fuck the rest of the world. I don't give a shit about them.
I live in the greatest country on earth. I don't need to leave here.
See, here's the thing though. Like, if I went to Ireland, I would have to go for a month. Because if I went for a week, every day for a week, I would just go to a pub. And I'd be like, fuck, I just wasted my whole thing drinking in a bar.
You could just go do things and then go to a pub.
I would just have to I'd go to the pub in the morning and find locals and be like, what are you doing the rest of the day? Can I come?
The locals would probably just be like, we're driving snakes out of here.
I'd be like, you got to do that one without me. I don't fuck with snakes. Can I watch from a distance?
That is like, they don't
give me a high-powered rifle. We'll combine America and Ireland. You guys drive out snakes. I'll be at a distance with a high-powered rifle trying to shoot the snakes.
St. Patrick didn't get rid of snakes. He just taught people that you needed to drive them out. And now all they do every morning is they wake up. The first thing they do is drive the snakes out.
Do you want to know what snakes actually were? They were it was metaphor
leeches.
It was Druid priests.
Leeches.
He was bringing Catholicism to Ireland, so he was driving out all the fucking
Slytherins,
American priests, or non-American Catholic priests.
Yeah, all the muggles.
Yeah, the fucking muggles.
All right, next comeback kid is Jon Stewart. He's got a pretty sick gig. He just works on Mondays, and that's it.
Dude, he's back though. He's fucking. Did you watch his monologue?
No, I don't watch the Daily Show.
Oh, I'll send it to you later. It's basically the whole thing was, and he did what Jon Stewart. And this is what I love about how politics have become so ridiculous nowadays, is he did what Jon Stewart has always done. I'm going to make fun of the left. I'm going to make fun of the right. Everyone knows he's a Democrat. He's on the left. He leans that way. It is what it is. But he's going to make fun of both sides. And then there was 97,000 articles written about, oh, Jon Stewart with his both sidism just giving fucking airtime to Republicans and blah, blah. It's so bad that if you don't just align with your party at all times, you're now evil. Like Jon Stewart is now bad in the side or in the eyes of a lot of people on the left, which
That's
is
why I
ridiculous.
ran with the Bull Moose Party when I was trying to be mayor.
It was his whole thing. It was like, I think 7 minutes long, a little bit over, just talking about how ridiculous is it that our two choices for president are the oldest choices we've ever had. And the only people that were ever close to how old both of them are were when both of them fucking ran 4 years ago. And at that point, they were the oldest choices we've ever had. He even put up, he goes, look at me. Cause he's, what he looks like now, he's all white. He's like, I'm 20 years younger than these motherfuckers. And they wish they looked like this. And then he showed a picture of himself 20 years ago. So the difference, it is a joke. It's a joke that the best choices we have are two people that really a slight breeze could take out. Like if either one of them trips and falls, it would be a national emergency. Our president could die from a fall, regardless of who it's going to be in November. We're in a very scary pot. But they have a much higher chance of dying from it than the average.
But everybody could die from a fall.
If I fall down, I'm probably going to get a bruise. If Trump or Biden falls down, they could die. That's not a good place.
Jon Stewart just really was like, I don't want to come back to the Daily Show all the way. Can I just? They were like, what if you did 3 days a week? He's like, what if I did 1 day a week?
I'm all in for it. Every Monday, I'm going to be watching this now.
What day? And he was like, Monday, which is awesome because Mondays, I know that it's like, oh, I got a case of the Mondays. But Mondays, honestly, it's a good work vibe because you just get to recap the weekend. You're like, oh, fucking, you saw the Super Bowl? Dude, how about Usher? You get to recap the weekend with everybody. And that's what Jon Stewart gets to do. And then he gets to be, that's also his Friday.
It's just great that he was just like, you guys have ruined this thing that I built so bad that, yes, I'll come back part-time just to try and save it. And also the fact that when he left, he was like, yeah, I'm just going to spend the next 9 years trying to get justice for guys that got cancer in 9/11, digging through all that bullshit. He really is one of the best dudes we've ever had. He's a bro.
Yeah. Jon Stewart, comeback kid. Talking about bros, though. One bro that we are going to be talking about a lot this year is Eli Manning because shout out Andre Johnson, Texans fans that are listening. Shout out Andre Johnson for getting into the Hall of Fame.
Woo-woo.
That now
was that first ballot for Andre?
No, I think it was second or third.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
But that now means that Eli Manning is officially eligible for the Hall of Fame. And if you think that I will not exert every fiber of my being for the next 365 days to ensure that our sweet prince gets inducted on the first ballot where he belongs into the Hall of Fame, you are mistaken, my friend. I will curse everyone that doubts me. I will curse everyone that speaks ill of Eli Manning and whether or not he should be.
There's going to be a lot.
Oh, there are. And I'm ready for cursing.
Are you ready for the slander? Because it's coming. It's not everyone. You're going to be like, he's first ballot. And there's going to be a lot of,
born ready.
Are you first ballot or are you? There's going to be people saying he doesn't even deserve to be in the Hall of Fame because he was a 500 career quarterback. I'm not saying this. I don't want you to come after me. I'm just saying, are you ready for all the smoke that you're going to get, buddy?
Yeah. Robert, here, try. I want you to be you hate Eli Manning, okay? You're going to be the role of an Eli hater. And I want you to be like, Alex, Eli doesn't deserve to be in the Super Bowl or in the Hall of Fame. Why don't you try that? Be an Eli hater.
Eli's not even the guy I even think about because he's not even up there. A top tier quarterback that definitely should be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, he was a 2-time Super Bowl MVP, and only 4 people in history have ever done that.
What else?
Done. Two Super Bowl championships. He's done that. It's a fluke if you do it once. It's not if you do it twice. So he's obviously very good at it. Oh, but Phil Simms also won 2 Super Bowls. Didn't get in. Phil Simms was hurt for one of those, and that was Jeff Hostetler's team.
How many years did Eli play?
Forever.
No, but actually, how many?
15, 16. I don't know.
Did you know that he only went to 4 Pro Bowls and was never an All-Pro?
Doesn't matter.
I mean,
He won 2 Super Bowls and 2 Super Bowl MVPs.
But-
He had
I'm
arguably
just
the
getting
most
you ready.
clutch throw in Super Bowl history, most accurate
true.
clutch throw in Super Bowl history to Mario Manningham, Super Bowl 46. He also had the great escape in Super Bowl 42 that set up a game-winning drive and threw it to David Tyree, and then he did connect a game-winning touchdown pass to Plexico Burress. He also won, if his brother is a Hall of Famer, he won 2 Super Bowls faster than his brother got to 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, but what would you say to some people, not me, that would say that many people don't even consider him to be a top 5 quarterback in which of the era that he played?
He's a 2-time Super Bowl MVP. Name 5 more, because you can't.
I mean, I'm just saying this is not what I'm saying. What other people would say were better quarterbacks in his era. You've got Tom Brady, which, yes, he beat twice, but I'm saying you can't argue that he's better than Tom Brady, 7 Super Bowls versus 2. You've got his brother, Peyton. You've got Ben Roethlisberger, who also won 2. I think a lot of people would take his career over it. You've got
Ben Roethlisberger, also a Hall of Famer, but a 1-time Super Bowl MVP, not
Drew
2-time Super Bowl
Brees,
MVP.
Aaron Rodgers.
Brees won 1. Aaron Rodgers has only won 1.
I'm
And Eli beat Aaron Rodgers twice on the way to his.
I'm kind of like just patching together an article that I'm scrolling right now. I'm just
I've
trying to throw things at you
studying.
to get you ready for it, buddy.
I'm studying, buddy.
It also made me
Pat,
laugh when what I Googled was anti-Eli Manning stats. And you know how like then it'll have like 5 questions that are bunched together. And one of them is, why is Eli Manning not in the Hall of Fame? Well, he's not eligible yet.
Not eligible. Not yet. Not yet.
That made me laugh.
Joe Namath also is in the Hall of Fame, and he didn't do as much as Eli.
Joe Namath got in there because of one game. One game when he said they were going to win. If you look at Joe Namath's career stats, Joe Namath should not be anywhere near the Hall of Fame. He had a very bad career outside of pretty much 1.5 years.
Pat, has there ever been a team? I mean, I guess the Miami Dolphins did it. The Miami Dolphins did it in 1972. They were undefeated. Has there been a team that like went to the Super Bowl undefeated and didn't win it?
Yes, there's one.
One?
One.
Who beat them?
The Giants.
Wait, who was their quarterback?
Michael Strahan.
No.
Well, he was the quarterback of the defense. The reason they won that
Who was
Super
the
Bowl.
Offensive quarterback?
It was Eli Manning.
Oh, that's crazy! Wow. Hey, did you know
that's really
you want to hear
crazy.
the guys that have more Super Bowl MVPs than Eli Manning?
How many?
I'll list them off. No, just list them off. Patrick Mahomes, pretty good, probably a Hall of Famer. Tom Brady, pretty good, probably a Hall of Famer.
Probably
Joe Montana,
the 2 greatest.
Hall of Famer.
So the 3 greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Huh. And Eli Manning, those are the only guys that have more Super Bowl MVPs than Eli Manning. Wow. Makes you think. He's up there with those guys? Up there with those guys? Probably a first ballot Hall of Famer, in my opinion. There's going to be a January 6th situation at the NFL Hall of Fame if Eli's not a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Here's the thing, though.
Right? I'm just saying.
I'm not sure. The NFL Hall of Fame, don't they only let in a certain amount of people? Or is that baseball?
I don't know how all the Hall of Fame.
There's one of them, because that's the only thing that
Eli's going to get in.
If there's only a certain amount of spots, depending on who else is in the logjam, I could see Eli not getting in because of the back third of his career where it went really bad for a while. And that's, people go, he was a 500 quarterback. He was a 500 quarterback as the last 4 years went to shit. Really. Other than that, most of it, if he had just retired a couple years earlier, I don't think it would really be a question whether Eli was a first ballot, but he kept playing because he could.
Start streak. His consecutive start streak is something to look at too.
Aikman was probably a first ballot, right? Aikman retired 8 years before he could have, but he was, Jerry Jones was a fucking douchebag.
Head was just getting wrong every single time he played.
It was a different era too, but also there was a lot of behind the scenes shit with Jerry Jones where he was just like, fuck this, I'm done. But
yeah, Eli Manning, first ballot Hall of Fame.
If he's not first,
if
he's not first, he'll be second ballot. He's going to be a Hall of Famer.
He better be first ballot. But we were going to be very, 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 very upset protest outside of the Hall of Fame.
But here's the thing: you're going to have a daughter by then, and you've already been training yourself not to yell at sports.
Right, I've been training for this. No, this is my whole life. Like this is my A1.
I
This is my
wouldn't say
A1
that
athlete.
near
My
your
favorite
daughter or wife.
No,
but
this is my favorite athlete of all time. You can stand up for that guy. You get one of those.
Here's what you need to do. When they
People have
come
lots of daughters. People have lots of
after
daughters. You get
after your
one
daughter
favorite
is
athlete.
born and your wife is just, I don't know if she's getting the epidural and she's drugged up, or if she's just gonna be in the glow of new motherhood and all that stuff. When they bring you thing and say, "What's the name?" That's when you hit her with, it's got to be Ellie, right? Spelled
Yeah.
Eli.
Yeah.
That's, and I know she's against this, but if you get it right then and you get
She's
it
not
on the
against
piece
it
of paper,
necessarily.
she's not for it. Let's put it that way. But if you get her in
We'll
that
see.
state, right when they bring the piece of paper, it's going to be a lot of work to have to go get your child's name changed. You know,
Eli Manning is a first ballot Hall of Famer where I riot. I'm just saying. And I will not be afraid to curse people.
that I really
teams.
hope you get to
If
name.
you are against him, if you come out, I'm not saying you will, Pat, but I would curse the Packers. I would have to curse the Packers if you did.
Buddy,
Robert, I'm cursing the Astros if you do it. All right. So don't.
I love messing with my friends more than anything. But
You
when
don't
it
like
really
cursing.
matters, I won't. I just really want your daughter to be named after him. So one day when she's a little bit older, I can be like, "Do you know that you're named after this guy?"
No, and then I'll just be like, no.
The
honey,
Eli
listen.
Manning stink face.
Go watch the YouTube version, youtube.com/PassUAV podcast, or just search PassUAV, but go watch that. He showed a dumb Eli face, but I would just be like, no, honey, this is Super Bowl 42 where Eli Manning did this. Oh, this is where he threads the needle to Mario Manningham, Super Bowl 46. How about that? Let's do that. Let's check that one out. Here's him leading a 17-point comeback against the Eagles in the fourth quarter. Let's go check that out. That's what I'll show her. And she'll be like, oh, wow, he's a dog. And she'll also get to grow up with Eli Manning because every Monday it'll be Eli and Peyton and us just sitting in front of the TV watching Monday Night Football.
Well, either that or you'll have Manning Mondays, where as soon as she gets home from work, you'll just
watch
from work highlights. From school. You'll watch Manning highlights. You'll have Manning Mondays.
No, she's going to work in the coal mine early. Gotta bring the bacon.
Oh, I mean, with the tiny hands, you're probably better putting her in some sort of electrical work, or
like
her tiny hands
a shoe
fit
factory, maybe.
Not a shoe factory.
Shoes. She could sell shoes.
When other people can't reach the wire in small spaces, have her reach it. They're little kids. Even if she gets shocked, she'll bounce back quick.
Yeah. All right. Well, Eli Manning campaign season, that's back. That was our last comeback kid. Mock draft season starts next week. So if you want to hit us up at PassUA Pod, let us know if you got any mock draft ideas for us. And we'll kick the season off then until when is the draft? In April? So we got
I looked it up today, and it was crazy to me how long it's like. It's either 71 or 77 days away. That's so long. I thought it was in like a month and a half after the season.
I do a Giants podcast every
over
week.
2 months.
Shout out NY Giants Rush. We had Paul Latino. That's one of he's like a Giants employee on. He's awesome. And I'm just so done with draft talk already. I'm so done with it. Like
April 25th.
Yeah, it's wild. It's a while, isn't it? But like it's
so far, dude. Like it doesn't seem like you can
I hate it.
It's only
I hate talking about hypotheticals.
But once you say it's 70 plus days away, then you're like, Jesus.
Might as well be next year.
We have 847 more mock drafts to go.
Football's like 80 days away. You know, like the regular season kicks off in 80, probably.
All I know is in somebody's mock draft 1.0, I saw the Packers getting Kool-Aid McKinstry from Alabama, and I'm like, yes.
Great name. Yeah.
You have him next to Jair Alexander, or not next to, but on the other side. Two lockdown corners.
Anyway, just having a guy named Kool-Aid. It's like when you had
right. Ha Clinton Dix. Yeah, he was good most of the time.
Robert, his last name was Clinton Dix, and his first name was Ha.
Hey, Robert, guess what my fantasy
Clinton
was
hilarious
when he was on the team? It was Suck My Clinton Dix.
I just did the math. We have 10 weeks of mock draft.
Perfect amount of time.
I'm sure I'm going to do much better this year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's wide open. Everybody's tied right now. Everybody's tied. All right.
As long as Robert and Alex don't use your burners to outvote me.
We don't have burners. So send us your mock draft.
Oh, yeah. That's totally what you'd say if you had burners.
You have a topic for a mock draft, hit us up at PassUA Pod, and then I guess hashtag PTG mock draft. That'll be the easiest way we
Ooh.
search for that.
Maybe we should mock draft the quarterbacks of the Eli Manning era.
Eli Manning first. I'm taking Eli Manning first.
We're not going to do that. We're not going to
Eli
do
Manning
that.
1-1. Eli Manning faces only. Let's move on to the not cool segment. There's a lot of things in life that are not cool, and I'll tell you one thing that'll always be cool: you wearing Pass the Gravy merch, because Pass the Gravy merch absolutely slaps. I'm wearing
What's that shirt you're wearing right now?
It's April Fool's somewhere, boys. It's April Fool's somewhere. Check that out. Look at this. The Grim Reaper with a parrot on it. Fucking great. Came through clutch. Shout out Alex O, Raymundo, Tyler, Curtis. I know I saw they got their shirts yesterday. I got mine yesterday. It's also awesome. Shout out to our shirt company. What's our shirt? Four walls?
Fourth wall.
Fourth walls.
Fourth wall.
Fourth wall. Shout out Fourth Wall shirts, because our last place that we will not name, they took forever. And this was like, we ordered it, and within a week you got your shirt. It's awesome. It's like a real shirt printing place. It's amazing. The quality is awesome. I'm not scratching these letters off at the other ones. Like, it felt like if you washed it once and it was like, cool. Now I can't see what the shirt said anymore. And went right through it. These are great. These are awesome. This has already been washed once, washed and dried. It's great. It didn't even shrink. Whatever the quality.
I guess I can just tell by looking at it, the quality of that is nice.
I wish that it glowed in the dark. I wish April Fool's Summer glowed in the dark, but we didn't have that option. But when we step it up next time, maybe that's something we look into. But it's April Fool's Summer shirts available. PassTheGravyMerch.com. We also have the tie-dye blue Pass the Gravy hats. We have the dad hats available as well. The PTG Icy shirts, the Ja 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 shirts, the Gravy Thank You Bag shirts, the MTV Schmim-TV lookalike ones that can't say that, bleep out MTV. And then we also have the shorts, the sticker packs, and then the regular PTG shirts. Go. And again, we don't ask you guys for money, but if you want to support the podcast, this is a cool way that you can also get something for supporting the podcast. We're never going to create a Patreon where we ask you guys to subscribe. We're not going to put you behind a paywall, but if you want to support the pod that 520 or 552 times now is hopefully made you chuckle a little bit. PassTheGravyMerch.com. Rep that shit. You'll get some cool gear. You're going to look awesome. You're going to feel awesome. And you're going to listen to an awesome podcast. PassTheGravyMerch.com. And then send us what you got at Pass the Gravy Pod. Send us all the stuff you got from the merch store. We love seeing you guys out in your Pass the Gravy gear. We'll retweet you, give you a follow, and give you a shout on the next podcast. PassTheGravyMerch.com. Stock up on the Pass the Gravy gear. Let's get into the not cool segment. Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. All right. So not cool segment. This is our way to bitch about something that happened throughout the week that makes you say, hey, man, that's not cool. You can participate if you're watching us on YouTube at youtube.com/@PassGamePodcast, or just go to YouTube and search Pass Game Podcast. Make sure to subscribe to us. And if you're watching us, also go subscribe to us wherever you listen to podcasts too. Give us the clicks on both, please. Give us the clicks on both.
Double click it.
Double click it. Unsubscribe, then resubscribe also. And then unsubscribe and resubscribe again. But make sure you're subscribed. So if you want to send in You're Not Cool, hit us up on Twitter. We're at PassGamePod. Use the hashtag PTG Not Cool. That's how we will search for them. We'll start with, we got a couple of you guys that submitted them this week. And this first one is from Alexis Garcia at Alexis Texas _. She says, thin ass airport toilet paper. And then Robert, if you'll put this picture she attached up.
Are we sure this is safe for work?
That is some thin ass airport toilet paper.
Jesus Christ!
It's like
Dude,
you can see through it.
No, that looks like wax paper that you would use to like line a baking sheet.
No, it's thinner than that.
No, it is thinner, but
it looks like a dryer sheet.
It looks like, so you know it doesn't feel good on your beehole.
It's like thinner than a dryer sheet, or like more see-through than a dryer sheet.
It's just frustrating at that point because you're like, people aren't going to use the same amount of sheets. They're going to just roll like, oh, cool. Now I had to use 26 sheets for one wipe.
And it's going to clog toilets up when people use too much.
And I still cut my butthole with it because it's like a fucking 3 on the sandpaper scale.
Yeah, that's not ideal. Dumb question. Women, like, you just need like one little dab when you pee, right? Like, so that's probably good for that's probably good for like peeing. Huh?
See, here's the thing: women will probably counter that with, "Well, what do you use when you pee?" Ladies, in
Shake.
case you don't know, we don't dab
Taylor
our
Swift.
dick.
Shake it off.
We finish, you give it a little shake, and then you put your dick back in your pants and just let the usually 2 drops that are still left in there, they just live in your boxers then.
Robert, is Sam there?
Is Sam here? Yeah.
I don't
Right
think
next
she's
to you?
going to answer this question.
What's that?
Is she right next to you?
Yeah.
Ask her to come on the pod real fast. Ask her to come on the pod. Ask her if she wants to join us. She's gonna love it.
I don't think. Oh God, I'm uncomfortable right now.
I feel like
takes
it's like
lot
a
to get
one
me
square.
here.
It's a 1 square situation down there, right?
I think Robert is he's cut off his mic. He's leaning, go, "Hey, I'm
He's
asking
not.
like I'm asking you a question right now.
Just
but
I'm gonna say you
you're
said
not
no.
going to come on." Yeah, that's exactly what he's
Yeah, I'm gonna
doing
say
right now.
I'm gonna say you were really busy. She's not. Yeah, that's exactly what he's
She's
doing.
actually not in here anymore. Sorry.
Oh, she's not there.
Oh my God! Oh shit! She's actually. Oh my God!
Oh, there she
Okay.
is. All right.
I'm not even going to look at the screen right now.
We have a woman question to ask you real fast, but it's
Wait,
not like crazy.
Does Robert
Okay.
have the picture pulled up for her
A picture?
on the sheet? Ask him to pull up the picture that Alexis sent in, so you have
Tell
reference
him
to
to
what
pull
we're
up
talking
Alexa.
about.
Yeah.
Can you pull up the picture that Alexis sent? Or do I click
So
it?
that you have reference here for us for what we're talking about.
Just when you're wiping, when you go pee, girls, like, is it just like a 1 square kind of situation? Is that like a dab and you're done?
No.
No.
I mean, especially with the toilet paper that she's using, that would
Okay.
Okay.
very quickly become wet.
You just got a wet
you-
hand at that
yeah.
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
Okay.
I usually kind of like roll.
Roll?
Or, I
Yeah.
kind of roll
Ah.
because I don't want my hand. I mean, I know I'm gonna wash my hands afterwards, but like
But
the
you still
feeling,
don't want pee on your hand.
yeah, the feeling of pee on
Right.
your hand isn't very pleasant. It's not my thing
True.
personally. Is that how much she uses?
Well, I think
No,
she
no,
was
no, no.
taking
I
a
don't wanna,
picture
like,
to send
out
to
her.
us.
She was just
Oh.
her not cool was how thin the airport toilet paper
Oh,
was.
oh, for sure. Like that is
Yeah.
not nearly enough.
And then
I
Alex
mean,
took it into this direction.
yeah, you
Well, I
would
was
have
just
to
like, how
like
much do you have to
turn it
wipe in
into
the
a
front?
mitt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because, with us, it's like a shake off situation, but it's like if you had to wipe that, it's a dab. But I was like, I don't know. We're not women, so I didn't know. But thank
No.
you for answering that question, Sam.
We have a bigger hole. So for
That's
wiping.
the end clip right there.
I'm glad I could contribute.
127? Okay. Oh God, I really just wish
Can we-
Sam could be on here all the time.
We should just have y'all on it together. Just tell her to join the pod.
I don't
She'll
know if
love
she
it.
could handle 3 hours of this.
We just
No,
see like she
like,
starts
Robert
and we
could
see
be-
how
there's-
far we get into it before she walks away.
There's like I think she would have get about 3 pat statements into the podcast before she just went, okay, no, and took off her headphones and walked away.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm a lot to handle. I know it.
Sam's Plants and
Ladies.
Pants. Give her a follow on Instagram. Great follow. Great follow.
Not that much to handle.
But yeah, that does suck. Just thin toilet paper. And I'm sorry that also not cool is me just assuming that women didn't have to go through all of that. That you needed that little toilet paper. That's my man privilege.
I love the
showing.
fact that you have a woman that you live with that you could have asked, but you went, nope, I'm going to save this for the pod.
No, because she's on the phone. I can hear her on the phone right there.
No, I just mean in general, when you were putting it together, unless this thought just occurred to you naturally as we were talking.
No, it did. That's yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It did. Okay. Moving
You're
on.
going to ask her that later too, and she's going to be like, you're so fucking stupid. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, she probably will.
She's going to look you dead in the eyes and be like, when our
I'm married
daughter
to you.
needs help, if you try and use one sheet, I'm going to fucking kill you.
I hope our daughter gets her brain and not mine.
Oh, God, we all hope that, man.
That'd be
Because
sick.
we're all going to love this little girl, and we don't want her to think like you. No offense, but Emma's better in every
her
way.
brain and my love for football. That's
Yeah,
the
that's the
ideal
like. I
situation.
think that's what every father hopes for in a girl is for them to have their mother's brain, but the father's love of sports and stupid things.
Yep. Pretty much. All right. Last listener submitted not cool from you guys and gals. This is from Tessa Goriantz at Tessa Goriantz on Twitter. And I know we are butchering that name. Tessa Goryance. She came in to say goodbye to Keith and everybody at Southern Star. Shout out Todd Voss and everybody else that went to say bye to Keith at Southern Star this weekend. We love you, Keith. And hopefully we'll be linking up soon here in the future. But Tessa says her not cool is migraines. I went years without them, but I'm getting them weekly now. Yeah, I've never been a migraine guy, luckily, knock on wood, but I have just heard nothing but horror stories. And it's not, I always thought they were just a headache, but people were like, no, you can't see sometimes. Like sometimes it's just like you can't even open your eyes. It's that bad. And that sounds awful.
I never understood how bad they were until I heard the story of Terrell Davis talking about when he had migraines during that Broncos Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl, yeah.
And on that final drive, they were like, we need you in there so they think you're going to get the ball. And he was like, they basically told him, we know you can't see, but we need you to blindly run forward into the defense as a decoy, and then you're going to get hit really hard. But
they're going to hit you, and you won't see it, but just do it.
And then I was wait, that's what it is? Yeah,
so that sucks.
I mean, headaches, weekly, I know you can drink salt water, and it helps. I just assume that's not going to help with migraines. That sucks really bad. I'm very sorry about that, Tess.
It might have been all the Southern Star you were drinking. Ayo! April Fools. I just had to take one. But it doesn't count because April Fools.
I mean, it can't hurt the amount from your diet.
The amount of spam calls I have gotten during this podcast is insane. I've gotten no less than 5.
God damn you. We're within reach of what my phone hears. And I haven't gotten any in like the last 2 weeks, which is shock. I've gotten, I think, 1 yesterday. And normally when I get them, I've said I get them 5 back to back to back. I haven't been getting those. And now that you said it, it's coming.
I just felt like that was appropriate since we're in the not cool segment. I'll go first.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Sorry. I'll go fuck myself.
My not cool is, I'm going to start with the Super Bowl. I have a couple, but my first not cool is the Super Bowl. Not the Super Bowl in general, but the Super Bowl field. Because I don't know about you guys, but when I was growing up, they always had the logo from the Super Bowl in the middle of the field on the 50. And it was a big ass Super Bowl, whatever, playing on the field. This year, and I feel like the last couple of years, they put them on the 25s. So you have the same logo on the 25, but it's a giant-ass logo, and then they have a giant-ass NFL logo in the middle. It throws me off the entire motherfucking game when I'm like, okay, they're fucking on the 50? Oh, wait, no, they're on their own 25? Like, there were so many fucking times on Sunday night. And you're at a party, the sound's on, but like sometimes people are talking to you, so you look back, you watch Mahomes, and you're like, oh, dude, so that's field goal. Oh, that's not field goal range at all. He's on his own 35. Shit. Like, it was throwing me off field position-wise the whole day, and it was annoying. And that was just a little pet peeve I had that I wanted to share, and I don't know if you guys were experiencing that too.
Never even noticed it.
He wasn't watching, but it bugged the fuck out of me.
I'm sorry that
bugged the fuck out of me. Like, whenever the score bug, like if the Steelers are playing, you have to make the Steelers like logo has to be black, because if it's got any yellow in it, when a flag happens, I don't think it should count, because I'm already thinking like, oh, there's already yellow on the score bug. You can't do that. When you have the logo on the 25s, not the 50, it throws me off, and I don't like it. And that's my first not cool. My other not cool is just the dog walking etiquette in my apartment area is the worst it's ever been. The people that, if your dog is freaking out, barking at my dog, I don't have a problem with that. But like, if you see me obviously trying to get away and like move the other way, and then you move closer to me, I don't understand that. When like, hey, my dog's not doing her business because she's staring at your dog because you're 4 feet behind me. Just wait or go a different direction. If I see somebody kind of lingering, I'll go walk another way. I'll find another path. I try and stay as separated as I possibly can. And I understand that sometimes you got to cross dogs and stuff, that you got to pass other dogs on the sidewalk. I'm not saying like that's what you can't do, but just if your dog is being like just what is it, reactive, I think is what they use in like
Mhm.
the dog training community. If your dog is being super reactive to seeing my dog and my dog's also being reactive, they probably don't need to be pals. And then when you bring them up, you're like, are they friendly? Ha, are they friendly? I'm like, yeah, she's fine, but no, we're not playing. We're not going to hang out. We're not going to play. I don't want our dogs to play right now. I'm trying to get my dog
It's
to
not a
piss and
dog
shit so I
park.
can go back inside. Yeah, it's the worst. And it's been cold lately and just, I hate it. I hate it. Like just the lack of any kind of dog walking etiquette. It's like, I'm not saying it's not picking up on after your dogs and shit like that. Like people are pretty good about that, but it's the just lingering and just hanging out. And then like there's this side yard and this couple that just moved in don't have a problem with you smoking cigarettes. I think cigarettes look cool as shit when you smoke them. I've always said they don't have leather jackets, so it doesn't look as
I'm
cool.
pro cigarettes, yeah.
But they like to go and just like have their smoke break in like the little area right when you walk out the gate. And now when my dog walks out, they all freak out and it's just a whole fucking thing every time. And it's like, could you step 10 feet back from the gate instead of like right at the gate? You know that dogs walk out of this thing all the time. What are you doing? And they're always polite and they're always kind. But our dogs obviously are just growling and barking at each other. Like we just don't need to interact. And you standing 5 feet from where everybody's going to be walking when your dogs are going to do that to everybody's dog, it's just a pain in the ass. It's like, know your dog, know how your dog walks, and know how to not annoy other people when they're walking there. That's my other not cool. So there we go.
That'll feed
Two quick ones.
perfectly into one of mine. My not cool is my sister's dog. She was out of town. I had to watch it this weekend. I know this has been a saga for a long time of how much I hate this fucking animal. It brought it to another level this weekend. Because I had texted her multiple times. I was like, if this dog makes one noise during the Super Bowl, I'm opening the front door and walking away. Luckily, it didn't do anything during the Super Bowl. But Sunday at 3:30 in the morning when I'm trying to sleep, this little shit stain on my fucking life just starts yapping. It's making fucking noise. And I didn't get up. I was like, fuck it. If this dog shits in the house, it can shit in the house. I'm not getting up at 3:30 in the fucking morning on goddamn Super Bowl Sunday. And somehow I'm able to fall back asleep. Then at 5 o'clock in the morning with the most, and it's a small dog, so it's got that high pitch fucking just fucking going off over and over and over. And I don't know if you know this about me, but
You don't like
at
that?
5 o'clock in the morning, I don't like hearing that shit. And also at 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm naked because I sleep naked. But when it starts doing it for the second time in 2 hours, I'm like, I got to get up and take this dog out, or else it's going to do it again at 5:30 and 6 and 6:30 and fucking 7. And I'm not going to get any sleep before the Super Bowl. So I get up, but you know what? It's 5 o'clock in the morning. There's nobody else in the house. I'm not putting anything on except sandals to walk this fucking dog outside. So I'm outside naked with the fucking dog in my backyard because I'm like, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. It's dark. Nobody's going to see me anyway. But then it's out there and I let it out and it peed. But then it just won't fucking come inside. It just won't. So then I have to walk out into the yard to corner this fucking thing and get it. And I stepped in shit.
Oh.
In these fucking no, it does. I'm in sandals. It didn't get on my foot or anything. But like, as I take another couple steps, I realize I'm like, there's a clump of something underneath this, and I scrape it off as best I can. But you know what? Normally, I'll wear these inside sometimes too. Guess what? Now they're out on the back porch. The whole day goes by. Super Bowl happens. You know, I took them out right after the halftime show, or like while it was Taylor. So like, I missed like 2 commercials. Nothing big. This is fine. Then after the game, I take them back out. And this fucker, I put on a different pair of shoes just because I put on the ones that were inside. And he's outside and he won't fucking come back in. And I have to walk out in the yard. And I step in shit again for the second time in 24 hours. And I straight up, bad. I was so goddamn mad. Every weekend she's gone, I text her this. I'm like, listen, I can't watch your fucking dog anymore. Like, I can watch Coco. She's fine. She's a good dog. You have to take this one with you. And she's like, haha, okay. And I go, Cassie, there's no haha anymore with this. And I got serious. I was like, listen.
We're not Clinton Dixing around here.
I was like, I got serious because I text her this every weekend. And this time I was like, no, Cassie, I'm fucking serious. Take this dog with you, or when you go out of town, I'm going out of town. And that's it. Like, I'm not. Well, and like, she hit me back with just a straight up, okay. Like, she knew I was serious. And I was like, I'm going to fucking let this dog go and hope no one ever brings it
Why
back.
don't you just leave him outside?
Because then he'll dig holes and get outside the fucking fence, and then I have to go chasing him around the goddamn neighborhood.
But didn't you want that in the first place?
I
Let him
do,
do
but
the
then
work.
I have to deal with. Have you ever fucking been around a woman who's fucking angry at you, and she cooks your food?
Yeah.
There's a certain level that I can't fucking do, and then she'll be all sad and fucking. I can't deal with that shit, man. I can't with this goddamn dog anymore, and it makes me so angry because I love dogs so fucking much.
You just give off the energy to that dude, and he like is also matching.
Oh, he fucking started the energy.
Well, but he's giving it back to you because you're giving it to him.
No, I scream at this dog. He
knows.
He'll come into the room where I watch TV, and I've got my 3 TV set up, and he'll get in the edge of the room on the edge of the carpet, and then just start whimpering and scratching to the point where now when I get home, first thing I do is I get in front of my couch and I take my socks off and I fucking leave them there now. I've got a pile of like 4 to 6 socks at any time because when he comes in there, the only thing that works is I take a sock and I fucking throw it at him. And it's never taken more than 2 socks to get him out of the fucking room. I am so angry that I hate him so much because I love dogs. All I want to do is love dogs at all times. I got fucking dog hair on me that was on me when I went to work today, okay? I don't give a shit about that. I love dogs. I want to cuddle all dogs at all times. It's the single only dog I've ever disliked in my life, and I fucking loathe this animal with every last atom of my being. I want this dog to die an unpainful death because I don't want a dog to be in pain, but I'm so tired of this thing being alive. And then that makes me angry that I want a dog to die. I cannot be around this fucking thing anymore. And every other weekend, I'm fucking forced. And I just want it to end. I just want the dog to be cool, and it fucking won't be. And it's the bane of my existence.
Your energy, dude.
I don't care at this point. At this point, I don't care.
Well, that's the problem.
I just swear to God, I'm going to start getting harder things to throw at it. I just can't fucking deal with this thing anymore.
It's a small dog.
But
you can't do things like that.
I fucking can. As long as I don't report it to anybody, I'm fine.
Just get another dog, like a puppy, and it'll hate
I want
that
to.
because then the puppy will be like, "Oh, what are you doing? You're doing my best friend," and then he'll be like, "No, I don't want to be your best friend." And then you're like, "See, this is how I felt."
I'm going to teach the puppy to attack that dog.
Don't teach it to attack with it, but like puppies will just be playful anyway. They're like, "Oh, hey, I have a friend here. What's up?"
Honestly,
and it's a small dog, so the puppy will be like, "Cool, you're my size," and that dog will hate it. And then you'll be
I've been thinking about it more and more over the last 2 weeks. Like, I really do want to get a dog, but I'm like, I refuse to have a dog that is around that one because it's going to pick up the bad habits of this fucking dog, and it's going to like not be a good dog because it's not a good dog.
You coach it out of him.
It's just it's so fucking bad. And then my other not cool, I'm gonna get real close to this. I don't know if you can see right there on the left on that side of the mustache how it's not really even with that one because I was no, I was trimming my mustache this morning, and I do like I'll get out of the shower and then I brush my teeth, I trim a little bit and everything, but like my vent fan in my bathroom doesn't really work.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I get out of even with the vent fan on, I get out and my bathroom mirror is fogged as shit, and I'll wipe it off and it refogs. I wipe it off and it refogs. So I'm trying to trim my mustache, and then I go up a little bit and I fucking just clip too much of it. So I don't really know if it's noticeable. Like when I meant to ask people at work today.
I don't think it's noticeable.
It's probably not, but it's like to me it is.
Yeah,
and it's annoying because I took like a not a super noticeable, but I took a clump out of the left side of my mustache. And I didn't want to even it up on the right side because then it would look ridiculous. And I'm also just not going to shave it. But yeah, those are my not cools.
Oh, you want to go back to vent fans real fast? You want to hear a funny story?
Yes.
In summer one time during high school, I helped out with like a handyman company, and I not a big handyman myself. I don't know if you guys
Excuse
know
me.
that about
Sorry. Say that again.
I'm not a big handyman around the house
Who
myself.
the
You know what I'm
fuck would have
saying?
hired you to help out with a handyman company, especially as a high schooler?
Well, someone was really short-handed, and they had me fixing these vent fans in these bathrooms, and it was like not an apartment complex, but it was like duplexes. So there were 4 bathrooms.
Okay.
I had to go fix it, and they were like 3 of the 4 were broken, and I could not figure out how to get the vent fan on. So I figured out that I got a Bluetooth speaker, and I could make it play the sound that vent fans made. So then when people turn it on, you just had to hope that they never noticed that the vent fan sound didn't turn off, and then the Bluetooth didn't go away. And I was like, that's the job done for the day. I left. I was never asked to go back.
Jesus Christ. Man. Actually, at my old house, the vent fan went out. And then for like a year and a half, I just didn't get it fixed.
Yeah, and
In
see,
my
that's my system. But like, if
it was just like
you had,
we didn't bother our fucking landlord unless we needed to. But then every time we would have him come out for something, I would forget that, like, oh, can you also fix the vent fan? I'm a piece of shit.
But if you had like been wiping your mirror and it kept refogging, but you heard the you wouldn't have thought anything of it.
Well, I mean, obviously the
like,
Bluetooth
the vent
speaker
fan just
isn't going to
sucks.
keep playing once you get out of range, or
You
it
just set
dies.
You just set it up right there, and you're like, "See, it works." And then they test
Eventually,
it.
it's
going
going
to
to die.
Yeah, but then when they turn the light on, you're like,
Well,
turn it
if
off,
you're
turn it in.
standing there,
Right? No, but it passes the inspection initially when they check.
oh Jesus Christ!
And then every time you walk in, the next one, doo. Connect it. What is that? I don't know. I didn't hear that.
The vent fan works on Bluetooth. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry, it's a Bluetooth vent fan.
I patched the switch to the Bluetooth. Don't worry about it. It's high tech.
It doesn't work at all. Yeah, but it makes it sound like it works, which is cool. It's almost like it's fixed.
Also, it didn't really fog up that bad in that old house. Somehow, I don't know, but it was never a problem. That's why I never got it fixed.
Robert, would you have for not cool this week?
I texted you guys Sunday night. Hey, you guys want to squad up? I finally downloaded Fortnite. Crickets.
Well, no, you fucking didn't.
Heard nothing from you guys.
I mean, yeah, you texted us like around 5:30
It
during the
was,
Super Bowl.
It was a little after 5:30, maybe like 6.
Yeah, while we were all watching the Super Bowl.
I
thought you were watching a movie. I thought you were watching a movie though. You were watching Spider-Man, dude.
Like, oh, I guess they're not gonna respond. I mean, why did I download this game? I'm just gonna watch Spider-Man then if they're just not gonna respond.
You must have just texted Alex because I don't seem to have that text from you.
No, I texted both of you in the group chat we have.
I see yesterday.
Did you delete it because you're mad at him?
And then the last text I had from Robert was on Wednesday.
He might have blocked you, Robert.
I sure as shit. Put it up to the screen. Let me see it.
Is the bubble green when you talk to Robert?
Mine, yes.
But Robert's, are they green?
No, y'all's are gray. Mine is green. I have zero text from Robert. I have zero text from Robert on fucking. No, Robert has an Android. That's why it's green. No, I have no text from Robert on Sunday.
So just crickets, I guess.
Just crickets.
Yeah.
We'll squad up this week. I
already installed it. Why am I doing this? One time I tried to reach out to you guys. Like, oh, let's play. Let's squad up.
During the most watched game of the year. But yeah, okay. You got us there.
Whatever you say,
at
man.
2 a.m. and you didn't want to play. I was like, well, sleeping. I was free. I'm a night owl.
I'm usually up at 2.
You would respond, I bet.
Actually, at that time, I would have been like, no, dude, it's 2. I'm not hopping on.
You should just set alarms to start texting Pat at very specific times. Like every time the Packers play next year, be like, hey, do you want to squad up?
That would be evil.
Look up Pat's work schedule. You want to squad up?
My not cool is that Robert's a fucking liar.
Maybe he's not good at paying attention. But yeah, so that was our not cools for the week, guys. Solid
Yeah,
not
ruined
cools.
that bit for you, didn't I?
Solid
bitch?
not cools all around.
I feel bad about that. You're not a bitch. I love you.
Let's wrap things up. Let's wrap things up with the answers segment where we start the podcast off, we pitch ideas, we ask our questions, and now it's your turn. You want to pitch a crazy idea you got? You want to ask us for some relationship advice, some parenting advice, some health advice, anything like that? Hit us up, or just high thoughts you have. Any business ideas you want to run by us? At Pass Gravy Pod, use the hashtag PTG Answers. That's how we'll search for them. Hashtag PTG Answers at Pass Gravy Pod. You can also email them to us, answers@passgravypod.com, or just go to the website, passgravypod.com, and click contact us. Jesse will forward those over to us. But Pass the Gravy Pod on Twitter, at Pass the Gravy Pod, hashtag PTG Answers. That's the best way to get your answers questions selected. The answers questions this week are brought to you by the Sabercats, because the election, it's in full swing right now on a national level. But here in the H in Houston, Texas, the Houston Sabercats professional rugby team is seeking your vote for rugby. Whether you're an elephant or a donkey, doesn't really matter, because they want you to vote for rugby and see the fast, physical, and exciting game. Don't vote for basketball, baseball, or football. Vote for the Sabercats instead and secure your seats this season. Sabercats play at their stadium located off of 288 and Airport in the Houston area. It's going to be a blast. You're going to go one time, and you'll all be hooked. The Sabercats have 4-game mini season ticket packages available now. You pick the 4 games that you want to go to, so whatever fits your schedule all fits into this mini package. The season's going to go through March through July. Go to HoustonSabercats.com, HoustonSabercats.com, and you can get more information there. That's HoustonSabercats.com. We're gonna go. I'm gonna make you guys go to a game with me. We're just gonna be we're a Sabercats podcast, fellas. We are a Houston Sabercats podcast. Best
First home game
team in the world.
First home game looks like it's March 10th against Rugby Atlanta. March 10th. That is a Sunday.
Fuck Rugby Atlanta.
We have a game the week before against Utah, but that's at Utah. Probably going to be a little hard for us to travel there.
Probably not going to go on
the Mormons will allow me on state. But March 10th, rugby's coming at 5:00 on Sunday.
We're doing that one? All right. HoustonSabercats.com, guys. HoustonSabercats.com. We will see you at Sabercats Stadium. Fucking yeah, dude. Lost one sponsor, got another. Fuck you guys. Think we can't get sponsors? We're back, bitches.
I'm excited to just keep doing a different fucking Sabercat growl.
Do it again.
Time.
Just do one more. That's a good.
I can't recreate any of these, so they're all going to be unique. That's what is most exciting to me.
Houston Sabercats. I mean, there used to be an organization that I was actually a part owner of, and you guys know how I like to support my local teams. Now we have a new local team that we can support that doesn't kick fans out of games. They don't kick part owners out of games, I would imagine, because they're a respectable franchise, a respectable organization, like certain teams in certain now merged football leagues.
So the Sabercat is basically a saber-toothed tiger, right?
Yeah, that's the coolest part.
So
logo.
What if we all went dressed as the Power Rangers saber-toothed tiger, the Yellow Ranger? We're not going to do it, but what if? I mean, it's a big what if.
Maybe.
Like, that would be sick if fans started dressing as Power Rangers, the Yellow Rangers specifically.
Let's just go check out a game first, then we'll dress as Power Rangers. Maybe we get the garb after we go to the first game, scope it out.
Shout out Trini was her name in the original Power Rangers. I loved her.
Yeah, I was more of a Billy guy. She was blue.
I mean, I was a Kimberly guy. Don't get me wrong, but I always loved Trini too. It was actually my amount of love for Trini should have been an early indicator of where my life would have gone from there. But
Kimberly was hot.
Also, it's just absolutely hilarious. Yeah, but it's just hilarious that the way they color coded the Rangers early on. We're not going to go deeper into it, but
not going to go deep into it. That's what we're going to go deep into is the answer segment, and that begins now.
Well, if you just answer the question. Why don't you just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Any questions?
All right. Our first question this week is from our rating Man of the Year at the Gravies Awards. We have Raimundo Benavides at KMundoB on Twitter. And Mundo says, if a vampire is an atheist, would a cross still affect them?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's genetic.
Well, it's not that it's genetic. It's even
genetic.
of their personal beliefs of whether or not they believe in it. They are an animal that is, I don't know if you call them an animal or what, but they are
A being.
directly a being that is directly in conflict with the Christian religion. So they are a being that is. I'm struggling to word this.
What
as
about
you
Little
can tell.
Nicky? Little Nicky was bad, but also kind of good.
But he was half angel. He was half angel.
True.
But vampires, yeah, they are. I mean,
What if
their
you were
number
like a
one hunters
vampire?
are men of the cloth.
What if you were a vampire that like, used to be a priest?
Oh, I mean, you would have to no longer wear your cross. Like,
I mean,
imagine
it's genetic. When you become the vampire, just the crosses and crucifixes, it's like that's gonna repel you. That's just part of it. You know?
that and garlic,
You just can't.
which is how I know I'm not a vampire, because
I check every
my
single
love
day.
of garlic.
A piece of garlic toast in the morning. That keeps the doctor away. That's what I always say.
I gotta be
And the
honest.
vampires.
If there's not some level of garlic in what I'm eating, I don't want it. And honestly, everything I'm eating, it needs more garlic.
Robert, make the shirt. Garlic bread a day keeps the vampires away. And then it's a Grim Reaper. It's this exact shirt, but it just says the other thing. And the Grim Reaper's holding a garlic bread.
I've said it many times. I've never understood the old trope that, somebody comes out to their date and their breath smells like garlic, and that's gross. No. If a girl showed up to a date with me and her breath smelled like garlic, I'd be like, let's get married now. Wait, here's the thing. I'm ordained. Can I perform my own ceremony, or is that not allowed?
I don't think you can, unless you're the captain of a boat.
Even if you're the captain, can you perform the ceremony? See, these are questions that.
If it's your boat, then yeah, because it's like I'm the captain. You're gonna tell the captain no, and they'll be like,
that makes sense. But I don't have a boat. I don't have a boat.
So you got to buy a boat, but you could buy a shitty boat.
If it floats on water, is it a boat?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get some fucking plywood.
You build a boat.
All right.
Done. So yeah, I would say that even if you're an atheist as a vampire, it's just genetic and just crosses and crucifixes and garlic. It's like, nah, not for you.
It's encoded in the DNA.
You just can't.
So I guess it is genetic. Yeah, you are right. Yeah.
Next one we got is Josh Tree Coddle at Joshua Tree 713, and Josh says, "Okay, guys, I need some relationship advice. It's been a minute since we had a relationship advice question, so here we go." Josh says, "What do you do as a dude if your birthday is on Valentine's Day? Do I go all out for her, or should she go all out for me?"
I'm trying to find it right now. As much as I would love to come up with my own clever response, there was somebody in the responses who absolutely nailed it, where it was, I'm trying to find who it was to give it credit, but it's somewhere along the lines of Valentine's Day should be 50-50, but it's also your birthday, so it has to slide that way. So I think the woman has to do 69% of the work.
I like that theory. I like that idea. But honest answer would just be like, you both. Both is the answer. And what you're going to have to do, and it sucks, it's like people that have birthdays on Christmas, where it's like, we can celebrate your birthday, but if you don't want to do it all in one, like Valentine's Day is one, like you don't have to do Valentine's Day on that day. You could do Valentine's Day next week. You could celebrate your birthday next week. Set aside, like pick which day you're going to celebrate that day. And like if it's if you're to celebrate Valentine's Day just because it's on Valentine's Day, even if it is your birthday, like she can still do like the hey, happy birthday, here's your thing. But like go to a nice dinner, celebrate your birthday later. And if you're doing it for your birthday and you go where you want to go, then next week or whenever you do Valentine's Day, just do that. Just like, hey, this is our Valentine's Day. It doesn't have to be on the exact day.
So it was Mike Fish that said technically Valentine's Day is about the relationship 50-50. Slide it, make it 66.6% for you, her, or for her, 33.4 for you, and then Alex O said 69% for the women, which makes more sense. But no, Valentine's Day is Valentine's Day. As a dude, we all know our birthdays don't really matter anyway. So you celebrate your birthday day before, day after, week before, week after, whenever. It doesn't really fucking matter. We're guys.
I would have loved having a birthday on
Our
Valentine's
birthdays
Day.
don't really
'Cause you would
fucking
just,
matter.
Like,
You just celebrate it on a
never tell
different
people
day.
it was my birthday.
Like, because
I would just
you
never have
can't
to talk
move.
about it.
And here's the thing: we're actually, this would be the perfect year because Valentine's Day is on a Wednesday. You do it. Your birthday's Wednesday. You celebrate Valentine's Day on a different day. But really, dude, you're a dude. Your birthday doesn't matter. Just celebrate. Actually, this is the perfect year to celebrate Valentine's Day on the day because it's a Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. You're probably getting better pricing. You're really not. Everyone's going to upcharge you anyway. But just move your birthday. That's how it works. What, dude? Like, really? After
Valentine's
you're like
Day is
24, dudes'
also-
birthdays don't fucking matter.
Valentine's Day is also not a 50-50 holiday, I don't think. I think Valentine's Day is like a 90% holiday for chicks.
Yeah, it really is.
But dudes can enjoy it. I'm not saying they can't. But yeah,
it's a bullshit holiday anyway.
You celebrate one on the day and then you do the other one another day and just celebrate it a different day.
Here's the thing: like, as a dude, your like, unless you're celebrating with your boys, birthdays aren't really fun anyway. Like, you can be fun. Your girl does something nice for you. Yeah, that's cool. But like, what do you want to do on your birthday? Do you want to hang out with your girl and have her plan something, or would you rather just go build a fire with your boys and drink 76 beers and be fucking degenerates and just name baseball players that start with R until you build a whole team? That's what dudes want to do.
I just am like, let's just go get drinks. That's pretty much what my like birthdays have just become. Like, let's do that. Everybody pay for their own shit. That's fine. I don't care. We'll go. You can go when you need to go. You don't have to come. You don't have to come all the way over here. We don't have to set up. Just meet at a bar. We'll leave when we're done.
Honestly, I'll do whatever you want to do on my birthday. My ideal birthday is just that. Do I spend $0? At that point, I'll do whatever the fuck you want to do. Do I come out at a net nothing? I don't have to be positive. I don't want to get money for my birthday really anymore. I don't care. Like, if I get a check from my aunt, cool. That's fun. But like, as long as it costs me $0, that's the birthday that I want.
That's the birthday. Perfect. You know, a great birthday gift would be a SaberCats tickets. SaberCats.com. That's actually what you should ask your girl for. And then for Valentine's Day,
I'm looking through their schedule right now. How long does it go? Does it go into July?
We're releasing. Yeah, we're releasing this episode.
Hey, if they make playoffs, I see the group stage ends June 29th. So if they go into playoffs,
they're gonna obviously make playoffs.
Bro, if there's a home game on July 9th, we go into the Cats. I'll spend money. I'll spend money on that.
Oh fuck yeah, dude. We're big Cats guys. But I mean, hey fellas, if you're still looking for a Valentine's Day gift, use SaberCats.com for game mini plans. You can pick the games. Hey babe, do you like Atlanta? Have you ever wanted to go to Atlanta? And she'll be like, oh my god, yes. And then you'll be like, hey babe, you like New York? Oh yeah, you want to go there? Cool. What about other teams?
San Diego, Seattle.
What about San Diego? I love San Diego. Always thought about going to San Diego.
Actually, hold on. No, that's a bad one. We're home.
No, but I'm saying these are. I would imagine they play like everybody road and home. I'm just assuming that. I'm not saying it's fact or not. But if you're picking the 4-game mini plans,
that's true, we do.
You pick places that she might want to go on vacation, and then you just get her SaberCats tickets to when we play those teams, and it's like you went on the vacation.
Also, there's 2 teams. One is the Free Jacks, and one is the Anthem RC. Put your fucking city in it so I know where you are.
That's fair.
We're not to that point yet. Like, I got to know where we going.
Yeah, where are the Houston SaberCats from? Houston. I know that. It's very easy.
Hey, where are the Free Jacks from? No fucking idea. Which
also
unless
they're from Jacksonville.
You named your team the Free Jacks, you're just opening yourself up to jack off jokes. Are you just jacking off in the street? Free Jacks? Fucking idiots. Bunch of morons. But yeah.
New England. They're the New England team.
That's
And
not
then
fun.
Anthem is in Charlotte, North Carolina. Come on. No. No, Charlotte doesn't get to just go by a random thing.
Anthem RC. No, get the fuck out of here, Charlotte.
Nuh-uh. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do that. New England, maybe.
All right, that's
Charlotte,
it. That's it. That's it. We hate Anthem more than anyone.
Yeah, fuck
Anthem RC.
dude.
I fuck them.
hate them so
fuck
much.
You. Fuck you.
Good. We needed to hate somebody. We fucking hate Anthem.
You're not from a region where you can just be like, we're going to give a regular name and just people will assume where we're from and they'll know it. No. Stupid.
Isn't Charlotte like the Queen City? Look that up, Robert. I think it is. I think it's the Queen City. I think there's like 12 Queen Cities also. I think Cincinnati is also the Queen City. But like Queen City Rugby Club would be a way cooler name than Anthem FC or whatever they are.
Yeah, like that's a sick nickname if that's what your city's nickname is.
Yeah, Charlotte is Queen City.
Nailed it.
Dude, Queen City RC, that'd be sick.
Done.
Give yourself a royal logo.
QCRC?
Anthem?
Idiots.
What Anthem is from? Well, hold on. Good Charlotte had Anthem. That was a sick track.
All right,
that was a sick track.
Okay. No, I take it back. That's fair.
Okay, yeah, no. If that's where they got the name, then we're not mad at them anymore. But I don't think that's where they took the name.
But still,
also, actually, you know who are? They have a Dallas team. Dallas Jackals. Fuck you, Dallas. People don't
the
forget.
Dallas Jagoffs. Am I right?
Dallas Jagoffs. That's what it is.
Dallas
that's
Jagoffs. We hate them the most.
Fucking
and Anthem.
dipshits.
Anthem and Dallas can fuck off. All right, Sabercats for life. Moving on, guys. I'm sorry. We're stoked to be Sabercats people.
I'm so excited now.
We reached a point of the day where the sun is reflecting off a building across from me.
I'm looking at the rays. I did notice the rays on your face, and I didn't want to say anything.
Super frustrating.
All right,
you gotta get blackout shades, bro.
We got a power ranking to do here. Alex McThunder 1 on Twitter. He says power rank Ducks. And so if you give us power rankings, you have to give us 5 similar
like mallards. Oh wait, they're not on there.
Yeah, he said power rank Ducks, and the Ducks he gives us Donald Duck, Daffy Duck, Oregon Ducks, Mighty Ducks, and Psyduck. Robert, I want you to go first.
All right, my number 1, Psyduck.
Okay.
Not mad at it.
Who can't love that little guy?
Psyduck.
Always with the headaches. Mm-hmm.
Robert, give us your best Psyduck impression.
Good.
There's Donald Duck. Number 2.
No. We're not doing that. We're not.
That's not what Psyduck sounds like.
Number 3, going Daffy Duck.
You go Donald over Daffy.
I go Donald over Daffy.
All right.
Sorry, hold on. What was your number 2? I didn't.
Donald.
Oh, you went Donald then Daffy. Okay, sorry,
Daffy.
I was talking.
The Mighty Ducks. And I'm gonna go Oregon Ducks. Last.
Don't love the way you finished it. So you go Psyduck.
Who was your number 1, Robert?
Daffy, Psyduck.
No, Robert. Who was your number 1? Give it. Come on, just do us one. Give me one.
Psyduck.
No. Give me one. Do it. Just do it one time. Come on.
Well, Alex,
if you love him so much, you can give us one impression of him.
I honestly can't remember how he does it.
They're Pokemon. They say their name. They just say their name
with a weird little inflection like this. Come on, do it. Just do it one time, Robert. There you go. That's what I wanted. Okay, that's all I needed. That's all you had to do.
But in Pat fashion, he was talking over it, so we can't get a clean one. So we can't clip that.
I heard it clean. Oh, was I? I heard it clean.
Yeah.
The fucking delay on shit. Yeah, I never know. I don't know.
Okay. So Robert goes Psyduck, Donald Duck, Daffy Duck, Mighty Ducks, and Oregon Ducks. I'm gonna go Mighty Ducks 1. They're mighty. That's fucking awesome. And Ducks fly together. Everybody knows that. Mighty Ducks 1. Number 2, I am going to go Daffy Duck because Daffy Duck is kind of just like a curmudgeon-y son of a bitch, and I like his spunk. He talks some shit. He gets irritated with things. He's like the Bill Burr of the Looney Tunes. If you had to pick one. Number 3, I'm gonna go Psyduck because he's a fucking psychic duck. The only problem is he's not the final form. You can evolve him, and Daffy is the final form. Number 4 is Oregon Ducks. I don't really have any attachment to Oregon. I like Kayvon Thibodeau. He plays for the Giants, but like they have cool jerseys, so that's cool. That's all. They'll always have that. And then their mascot does all those push-ups, so that's cool. And then number 5 is Donald Duck because he was Scrooge. And Scrooge was a bad guy. And so I always just was like, if I had to go Daffy or Donald, I'm always going to go Daffy over that. So I'm going to go Mighty Ducks, Daffy, Psyduck, Donald, or Oregon, and then Donald.
We were so close. Because I struggled this whether I should go iconic or what I love, and I went with what I love.
Mm-hmm.
And I went one Mighty Ducks.
Yep.
How can you not love them? This is some of the best movies ever. And 2, I went Daffy Duck. Because like he's Daffy. He's
solid choice.
He's kind of a dick. He's a curmudgeon. I identify with him. I love him. Just like you said. Number 3, I also went Psyduck. Who doesn't love Psyduck? Didn't use him as much in the video game, but in the TV series, absolutely love Psyduck.
Yeah.
What a stud.
Him and Meowth were way better in the series than on the game.
Me and you were this close to having the exact one back-to-back weeks. But I switched it. I went Donald Duck. Or however the fuck he sounded. I went him because the iconic does come into it at a certain play. And I went 5 Oregon Ducks because only if you had given me the Chip Kelly Oregon Ducks, he would have been higher up. But just in general, love the Ducks, love their jerseys and everything. But you know what? In my life, they were only really iconic during the Chip Kelly era, which was really only 3 years, right? That he was there.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's crazy that he was only there for 3 years. It was just in that period of the age that we were in. It was iconic when he made the Ducks great. Chip Kelly should have never left. He could have been a Nick Saban tie. He wouldn't have been as good as Saban. I'm not saying that, but he could have built a program like that up in Oregon if he had never left.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and I'm going Oregon Ducks 5. So me and you are exact the same, except we switched 4 and 5.
Solid. It's a solid power ranking to give us.
Also, you got to respect Donald Duck for his military service.
That's true. But he was Scrooge, so that was like that.
Yeah, but he was also in the Navy during World War II, so you know he's part of the greatest generation.
True. Okay, this is Matt Olson, I believe, wrote in a couple of weeks ago, and he's back. Always good to have you back, Matt. But Matt said, "What sharks would be the best and worst tippers? What sharks?" I'm assuming, I don't know if he meant breed of shark or if he meant like an
specific
actual shark.
I was going to go breed, but I think
I'm going to go breed.
Might go better.
No, I'm going breed. You can do whatever you want, but my opinion, I thought long and hard on this. There's some easy, low-hanging fruit we could go with. I tried to be better than that. Best tippers, nurse sharks. Nurses make money.
Ooh,
they probably tip well. You know, they're empathetic.
They like happy hour, and how are you going to not tip at happy hour?
But they see a lot. Like, they're empathetic, so I would imagine a nurse shark's probably a pretty good tipper. And then if we had to go worst tipper, bull shark. Because bull sharks bite the most people, and I feel like they're dicks. Like, they probably bitch about everything. They probably nip at their waiter and waitress the whole fucking time, and they probably just nickel and dime it. Oh, yeah, actually, I didn't get a refill on that Coke. Or I did, but I didn't drink it all. I'd like to not be charged for that. Look, I know my son spilled all of this, but I don't want that on my bill. All right? I know my son bit 4 of the other patrons here, but, like, please, let's just, like, that actually caused us some harm, too. Like, the bull shark's probably a dick, and he's sending things back. He's nipping and yelling and just fucking thrashing around, causing a scene. Bull sharks are fucking shitty tippers, and nurse sharks are the best.
That's good. Actually, I like the logic that you put in there. I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go specific sharks. I think the best shark tipper, Bruce from Finding Nemo. He turned his life around. I think he's going to be a good tipper. He's a good guy. You know, he's trying to be a good guy. Every once in a while, he loses his shit. But overall, he's trying his best, and I think he would be good to wait staff. Worst tipper, I'm going to say Jaws. He shows up angry.
That guy's a dick.
He's a dick. He shows
you can't just go for a swim or he's going to eat you. He's going to be eating off of other people's plates and then be like, when you're like, you have to pay for that. This is a buffet. You can't just grab whatever. He's like, no, I didn't touch that.
He's the one that
Yeah.
he shows up angry, so you know from the beginning he's not going to fucking tip me. He's not.
He shows up on your
And
most
because of
busy...
your attitude that you showed up with, we're not going to try as hard. The server's not going to give you their full attention because they know no matter what they do, it's not going to be good enough.
But Jaws shows up on your busiest night at like the nicest restaurant without a reservation and is the loudest one in the room about like, we come here all the time.
But there's only one. I'm by myself. You can't find me a seat. No, sir, because we can't just sit you at an empty chair with another table. We need a full table for you, and there's 9 people ahead of you with reservations. Well, can't I just sit at the bar? You could, but the bar is full because you showed up at 7:30 on a Saturday.
Yeah, Jaws is a shitty fucking tipper. Robert, what
Yeah,
do you think?
shitty tipper.
You guys ever see Shark Tale? It was that
The
Will
car wash
Smith
one,
movie?
right?
Yeah, the car wash.
Did not.
I'm gonna go with that
You could
shark.
forget it.
That shark would be the best tipper because he was like a nice guy.
He was friendly.
Yeah, he was friendly.
He and Bruce would get along. Like, I
Yeah.
bet him and Bruce like would meet up for drinks.
Yeah, he's gonna take care of the people that take care of him.
Him and Bruce are probably fucking like they're the guys that are like no,
Exactly.
and like
No,
No,
Bruce
I
is,
got
like,
this one.
tried
You
to
got
give
the
the
last
card
one.
to
Give
the
me this
waiter.
one. Let me take this one.
They have to sneak the card to the waiter when the other one's in the bathroom. Like, no, he's gonna try and pay. Don't let him pay. Like, hey. And then Bruce is like, I fucking got you, you son of a bitch. That's a good one. That's a good one. What do you
The
think
best
worst?
tipper. The worst tipper would be Sharknado.
Oh, Sharknado.
Good answer. Good answer.
They'd be the worst tipper.
Yeah, I have no arguments on that. You nailed it, bud. That was a really good question, Matt. I like the second I saw it, I was like, that's immediately. That was the first question I put on the answers segment this week when I got that email. And I mean, we check emails way less, but sometimes there's just a banger of an emails. And like that was one of the shark. Which shark would be the best and worst? Yeah, let's use that. There we go. Great out of the box thinking, Matt. Next question we got is from Quentin Hughes at Q the Ace on Twitter. And Quentin says, what musical artist would be the best wide receiver quarterback duo? Now, I don't know if that means you have to be a 2-person band. I kind of went that route, but I'm not going to say that's a requirement.
I'm going to go that way.
What musical artist would be the best wide receiver quarterback combo?
I'm going to go with Hall and Oates.
Ooh.
Yeah, because Daryl Hall, he's 6'1". It's good quarterback height.
Yeah.
They're also an iconic duo. They work well together. Now, John Oates, he's only 5'4". When I looked up the picture of them earlier, I was like, oh, look at how tall he is. He's going to be really tall. And I saw he was only 6'1", and I was like, oh, this might not. But you know what? John Oates, 5'4", in the slot, in and out. He could be a little Danny Amendola, a little Wes Welker.
I can see that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to go Hall and Oates.
Okay. I'm going to go Outcast. Because Big Boy, I just looked it up. He's only 5'6", not huge. Drew Brees wasn't that big either. But his name is Big Boy.
Big Boy. Drew Brees was still,
plays tall.
5'11".
But Big Boy is his name, so he plays tall.
Big Boy. Also,
so, yeah.
Hey, like
he's the quarterback.
Roethlisberger, once you hit him, he's hard to bring down, though.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sturdy base.
So I'm gonna go Big Boy. He's a Roethlisberger type quarterback, and then Andre 3K just has that speed. Andre 3K is burning the shit out of some DBs. Andre 3K and Big Boy, I think you're gonna do a lot of damage. Like
that's a good one.
If we were playing 2v2, like Andre 3K is burning the shit out of Hall and Oates. Like they're not covering him. And Big Boy just dink and dunk him all the way down the field. Like I think Outcast crushes it as a quarterback wide receiver duo. Robert, what do you think?
I don't even know how to answer this question, but I'm gonna go. If you're going 2-person band, whatever, I'll go 21 Pilots. Because that's the only 2-person band that I can think of.
Could go on Daft Punk. They actually wear helmets. Right? Yeah,
that's a good answer. Yeah, Daft Punk.
No, I like 21 Pilots.
The two don't even need to be in the same band together. It just says musical artists would be great together.
Yeah, I figured it meant like the same.
Yeah. I mean,
you
that's
could really
that's-
just
I'm-
pick and choose who like are athletic and tall, like what you did with
Yeah.
Hall & Oates. Like you could just pick that with just random people.
I mean, also like I don't have anyone to pair with him, but if you wanted to pair him with another random musical artist, I think CJ McCollum, because isn't he a rapper? Who was the Dame Dollar. Damian Lillard. I think he'd make a
Damian
great
Lillard.
wide receiver. I just don't know who we'd pair with him at quarterback.
Kadarius Toney's a rapper. Joker.
Oh.
Young Joker.
Yeah, but Kadarius Toney can't catch a ball.
Darren Waller
So-
is also a rapper. He's not a great rapper, but
Oh, actually, you know who would be a good one is Young Gravy at quarterback with Dame Dollar at fucking wide receiver. Because Young
about-
Gravy's like 6'4", 6'5". I think that would be a sick combo.
Young Gravy at quarterback, Lil Nas X at wide receiver.
I think I'd still rather have CJ McCollum. You know, he can get the deep. Dude, he can go. He's like
Not his sport though.
because he's what 6'6", 6'7". He can go up and get the high ball
True.
and just sick athleticism. Actually, I'm gonna change. As much as I loved my Hall & Oates right away, this question does not pose in a way that they have to be in a group together. I'm going Young Gravy and fucking Damian Lillard, Dame Dollar.
Well, all right.
Especially because here on this podcast we're Young Gravy fans.
I think Outkast though, sick. Outkast is sick.
If they have to be together, I'll stick with Hall & Oates because I mean one of the most iconic musical duos of all time. But if we can mix and match, I think I did just create the best mix and match there is.
Fair. All right, let's wrap this up. Final question is from Glamour Perry at Glam for Life on Twitter. And Glamour says, how did the idea of a cake pop How did the idea of a cake pop come to fruition? Did somebody just want a ball in their mouth? Did they get a quickie cake craving? Glamour, I think, fellas, I think I got this. I think I can take over on this one. I think the cake pop happened when somebody really, really wanted cake, but they didn't want a whole cake. And they also sort of wanted like a lollipop. And they were like, what if this was the same thing? What if I could get like, they're like, cupcakes, too much. I need to be able to ingest a cake, but it needs to be smaller than a cupcake. And it also needs to be able to be taken on the go. And they're like cake pop. It's like a lollipop, but a cake. I think that's how it was.
Yeah, I
Just a little
think
treat. Just a little treat, not a cupcake. Just a little treat.
the baby shower industry is probably where this came from.
That's probably what it is.
We're just having little snackies. Everyone can just grab it, but it's got to be like you said, a little grab and go. Something you're not going to get your hands messy.
like a Go-Gurt.
Well, what if we made a little cupcake, but we put it on a stick, so you don't have to get your hands messy?
Or throw away trash later. Except you have a stick, so never mind.
Yeah. So
Take that part back.
how
I
did
think-
it
yeah.
come to fruition? I think it's you know what it is? It's just because everybody loves appetizers. Everyone loves little appies, little pick
Yeah,
and
that's
go.
true.
What do
It
we
looks
call
good,
it?
like
Tapas?
displayed out on like a
Dessert
table.
tapas. But I think if we had to give the credit to one area, I think it would be baby showers.
Baby showers. Just showers in general.
Shower, bridal shower. Anywhere where you gather a bunch of women together that don't want to get their hands messy, but love snacks.
And love snacks. Yeah, that's fair.
Because dudes will get messy. We don't give a shit.
But a dude, I also feel like could have been the one to invent the cake pop.
I mean, we do invent the best things.
Like he's like Go-Gurt, but what if it had cake in it? And somebody's like, you can't do that, Pat. That's insane. You're like, but you're right.
Cake Gert.
What if it was like a lollipop, but it had cake on it? Better idea, Pat. And that's it.
I think weed was also involved.
I feel like we'd had to go. Too. Robert, any
was-
theories on your end?
I think that's pretty much it. Like people really wanted, like they didn't want like the full, like a slice of cake is too much, and it's too fattening. But muffin, I don't want to hold anything. I just want to like plop in the mouth. Like they saw donut holes, they were like, but cake.
Yep. Nailed that. Great questions, everybody. Great question. Thank you, Glamour, for that. Thank you, everybody else. Raymundo, Josh, Matt, Alex O, Quentin, Glamour. Appreciate you guys and gals. If you got your questions for us, hit us up at Pass the Gravy Pod. Use the hashtag PTG Answers. I am at Alex J Middleton on Twitter. Pat is at not Pat Dan. Robert is at Robert Barbosa03. Please give us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to podcasts. Please share us with a friend. Please also go subscribe to and watch us on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/@PassTheGravy Podcast or just search for Pass the Gravy Podcast and hit that subscribe button. And then please, if you're watching us, click the play on the audio version. If you're listening to us, click the play on the YouTube version for just a couple seconds. Give us the clicks. And then thank you to everybody that commented on our videos last week. I want to give shout outs to because I saw a couple of you guys were commenting and they were the jaws were making comebacks. I appreciate you guys for supporting us, guys. All right, next week I'm giving shout outs to everybody the last 2 weeks since done that. I need to be better prepared for that. But love you guys, y'all are the best. Nope, we have random celebrity guesser, right? Random celebrity guesser. Y'all ready to do that? Let's wrap it up with our random celebrity guess. We're gonna pick a random person throughout history at all. It could be anybody. And if one of us gets this right, it's gonna be the greatest thing in the world. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go Andre 3000 just because
I'm going Young Gravy.
I'm going Dakota Johnson just because I keep hearing that her new movie is really bad.
It's like 23% from what I've seen.
All right, let me pull it up so you guys can see all of this. All right, Chris Brown is who it starts on. Robert or Pat, you said Young Gravy.
Young Gravy.
Dakota Johnson, and I have Andre 3000. Jamal Duff, professional football player. Michelle from Dodgeball.
Michelle
Jamal
from Dodgeball.
Duff.
Okay.
Let's run it back. Are we doing the same or are we gonna switch it up?
I'll keep it the same. Whatever. Yeah.
All right. Corey Monteith from Glee. Finn on Glee. All right.
Oh, he's dead.
We can't on that.
Heroin over.
Okay,
I
one more.
believe it was a
One
heroin
more. Just
overdose.
one more. Jamie Lee Curtis.
Damn.
I was just gonna
That was
change
my
my
next
answer.
guess.
All right. Well, that was fun. Maybe one of you guys got it, but I know you didn't. You're lying if you said you got it.
You fucking lying bastards.
All right, guys. We love you guys. Have a happy Valentine's Day, Mardi Gras, Ash Wednesday, Tuesday, whatever it is. Love you guys. Thanks for listening. Share us with a friend. Until we talk to you next time. Pass the gravy. Yep. Cheers.
Gravy, gang, gang, gang. Baby, pop the top and let it spread. As we're listening to Pass the Gravy. We're going fishing for your bitch today. We're drunk in Houston, Houston, baby. Now we go ahead and lick and we'll get rich today. Rich, bitch.